Right, yes.
And away we go.
We live?
Still says waiting for Calvin Carnosaurus. This is great.
Perfection. Perfection.
Thumbnail, man.
You sure?
I was literally just... Oh, there it goes. Finally, I got the notification. I literally was just looking in my files for the first TTF image I had, and that just pops up.
Here, wait. Give it a sec on the stream, then we'll have a never-ending loop.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wait. I forgot to give you share screen.
We already got... Ooh, here we go. Share that beauty. Here we go.
Come on, is it going to go infinite?
Loop. Where's my infinite loop?
It's
Your sister
going.
is here. Your pair.
Hey, Zach.
Zach.
Right, okay, so we have the 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to go to the next. Come on.
Hello. Hello, darkness, my old
We
friend.
need a laughing stock. Holy cow. 4 people already. Wow. Record.
Record content!
See you, laughing stock.
What?
Right, so now we have... Look, here we go. The loop. It's happening.
Oh my goodness. Ba 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 ba.
Can you not get the stream copyright claimed right away?
Begin.
Oh god, it's still going. It's still going. Jurassic Park. Oh, okay. You have to make the choice between live stream or Jurassic Park. I'd say go with Jurassic Park.
No! Stick here for the live stream. Cringe your eyes out.
Alrighty,
Even your sister's against you.
How many things in hell... Can you even make out what's at the very end of this?
Mm-hmm. Some stupid looking picture.
Holy cow.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
This is wonderful. So, shall we begin? Since we have people here?
Yes. Right, so we have decided to watch...
Bottom right, there's Rex. With its potato chips.
Yes, the Rex. We have decided we are going to watch Bad Dinosaur documentaries, because
Horrible
why not?
documentaries.
Oh no, wait, not documentaries, YouTube videos, because copyright claims if we watch documentaries.
Oh yes, of course. We are we are legally obliged to tell you that these are YouTube videos and nothing more.
Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
Did you flip your stream, by the way? That way you don't actually get copyright struck. Oh wait, it's tier 2. That's spare content. You can watch that.
Next minute, get something pop up going.
The dinosaur tier list.
The dinosaur tier list. Should we just skip to the end to see what stupidity it looks like?
No, I just want to see what he says about everything.
Okay, I'll just turn it down a bit so that I can hear you
If
over him.
sauropods are not in S tier, he's insane.
The dinosaur clips in this video are from documentaries you can find on CuriosityStream. More on them at the end of the video.
So loud. Why is the stream so...
What?
I turned this thing down. It was really loud for something. Ooh, that is cursed.
What?
This is so cringy. Ooh. It's
This looks so terrifying. Are we gonna get claims because of the documentary?
Ba 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 ba. Oh, and Ethereum.
Dinosaurs were some of the most powerful builds to ever be introduced to the game. while other factions like the Mammal Guild and Arthropod Guild have come up with some pretty impressive ones. On land, nothing has yet topped the sheer power of the Reptile Guild's greatest achievements. Even though their massive size is perhaps their most notable trait, there was also a ton of variety in the abilities and combat strategies that these builds employed. And so today I think it's finally time to release my dinosaur tier list. Obviously there's a ton of dinosaur builds, so there's no way I can cover all of them, but I definitely will try to hit the important ones. It's worth noting that the reign of the dinosaur faction lasted more than twice as long as the reign of the mammal faction that supplanted them. And so during this huge stretch of time, dinosaur maids basically tried out every conceivable strategy, and that's why there are so many builds to talk about.
Let's just rewind. What do we have here? So we have Stego.
Ooh!
That
Look
thing.
at the Therizino.
Ferris. What is that arm doing? Then we
That's why I
have
said that.
Spino, Trike, Big Jaw. That's what I'm calling it, Big Jaw.
So many builds to talk about. But as always, we'll start from the bottom of the tier list and move up from there. At the bottom, we've got Dryosaurus and Camptosaurus, two very similar herbivore builds with an interesting stat spread. Dinosaurs
Isn't Camptosaurus like 5 times the size of Dryo?
Yeah?
Actually, you know what? No, let's look that up.
Campto wasn't tiny, but it wasn't huge. But it sure wasn't a Dryosaur.
Alrighty, nearly put in Dio.
Dinosaur.
Alrighty.
He's wrong about some of the prehistoric planet animals. Uh-oh.
Alrighty, so Dryosaurus, 100 to 180 kilos. And then what was the other one? Camptosaurus?
Mm-hmm. Some borderline quadruped thingy.
500 to 1 ton, maybe even 2 ton. Holy...
Okay. That's a lot bigger than I remember.
I thought Dryosaurus was only like 80 kilos, and then Camptosaurus was like 500 kilos. But, yeah, there we go. So on with the video.
What is that in
are
freedom?
known for their
What?
What is that in freedom, by the way?
The convert... You know what, let's look it up. Pounds to kg, because, Alright, so...
I mean, kg.
500 kilos, so 1,100 pounds.
Oh!
100 kilos, 220 pounds.
Oh, this thing is the size of a bear?
Yes.
Okay, whatever. Moving on.
immense strength, but neither of these builds boast any sort of offensive capabilities. Instead, they have a modest but below average defensive spread, decent mobility, and above average intelligence for a dinosaur. These builds took advantage of how powerful the other herbivore builds were, by sticking by the bulkier ones and relying on them to defend the herd. They also took advantage of the fact that they were faster than other herbivores, even though their mobility was lower than most predator builds. Their high...
Hang on, what did Zach comment?
What?
Kinda random, but I somehow got into a argument on what would win in a fight between Spino and Daspletosaurus, and I somehow won the argument. If you're wondering, I was on Daspletosaurus' side, and its opponent was Spinosaurus aegyptiacus.
Yeah, I honestly agree with that as well.
Yeah, I think I'd side with Daspletosaurus in that fight.
Because technically, isn't Spinosaurus aegyptiacus not even confirmed over 5 tons?
Well, don't you remember that video from Edge where Fomenko said the femur could only support like 1.3 metric tons?
I think that was from some stupid old study or something. I don't remember. That can't be right. No way. That can't be right. But, because I'm pretty sure the holotype is confirmed over 3 tons. Just shy of 4. And then you've got that like 7 to 8 ton one, which is like what, Spinosaur in a indet or something, because they don't know what it is.
Hang on, let me see if I can find, yeah, here we go.
Even though
Is Dan Folks.
the things,
What is,
you know,
what
even
he places
Cobrex is an actual specimen, and we know it was Tyrannosaurus, but Spinosaurus,
7.8 tons, according to him.
he's full of it. There is no evidence for that.
Pardon. Jesus
Where did he get
Christ.
that evidence? He just kind of loosely goes, 7.8 tons. Where?
And that's the thing I find funny is when people are getting excited over him placing Giga at 10.4. If we scroll up a little to the beginning of the page, where does he say it? Number 3, finally, estimates vary from author to author, especially in the case of taxa that aren't as complete. Even minor details such as rib articulation, the number of bones or relatives chosen to fill in gaps can result in very different sizes, particularly in large animals.
Well, yeah, in Giga, there's no evidence of it even being above 8 or above 9. There's no evidence of it. And honestly, that's kind of unfair in a sense, because everybody will go, even if, Cope is over 11 tons or below it. I don't know where it actually sits. I think you saw 10 point something, but I've also seen things around over 11. So that's like giving the benefit of the doubt and saying, like, to Giga, you'll go, okay, we have no specimens that guarantee over 9 tons, around like the very low 8-ton range. Let's just smack Tyrannosaurus up to 13-some tons.
Hang on. Were there cats in the Ice Age other than Smilodon? Yeah. You had stuff like the American lion, cave lion. What was the other?
Yes,
what was that
there
thing
you
called?
go.
The
There you go,
Ngandong
Tyrannosaurus.
tiger?
7, maybe 8. I think it was like high 7s, maybe low 8s is the holotype. And then you got that weird, highly fragmentary specimen with like a little bit of the face and some teeth or something that we don't even know where that size would be. It could either be much bigger or much smaller. We have no idea.
I love how we're not even 3 minutes in and we've gone off track.
Yay!
Higher intelligence granted them more advanced perception,
Wait,
letting
how
them
did we
function
get
as the
to
herd
Giga?
lookouts.
I don't even know.
We're talking about Dryo and Campto. How did we get here?
I think it was because Zach said he won an argument of who would win.
Yeah,
between
I don't think
Spino and
Tyrannosaurus would be 13 tons either. I feel like 12 tons is a bit of like that's a big predator.
Anyway,
Like that's, even 12 tons is a bit pushy for me.
But nonetheless, these builds were helpless on their own, and were easy targets for predator mains if they were ever caught undefended. Their lack of self-sufficiency puts them in F tier in
How
my
does an
opinion.
Allosaur cat?
I think they realized this though, because later on, this faction started speccing into either extra armor on their heads, or spikes on their thumbs, giving them much better options for dealing with aggressive players. In D tier, we've got 2 carnivore builds, the first being
Wait, when did
Coelophysis.
Campto live? He didn't have to put Coelophysis in D tier. Okay, hang on. Where did he put it? Where did they live? I swear it's not very late.
What were we talking
Hang
about?
on.
Camptosaurus?
Camptosaurus, when did that live? He said that it was an early dinosaur and later species started adapting different things. When was it from? So, like, what, mid-Jurassic?
Late Jurassic.
Late Jurassic? Yeah.
So,
That's not very early. That's well past the midpoint of the dinosaurs.
well, hey, hang on. Let's pull up good old Prehistoric Wildlife, this ancient website, and let's look at their timetable. So, where is the late Jurassic? So that would be about here for Camptosaurus.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
So
if
that
we
thing was
zoom out of where that is, so there's the beginning of the
Yeah, right.
well, there's the beginning of the Triassic. Then we have the Cretaceous here, so it's pretty much in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. It's around the middle, just a little bit later than the middle. Just slightly.
Yeah, so
A large
not-
Rex is just... And, well, I think they did actually end up confirming, because Cope is a specimen in museums now. So that specimen, or at least
we'll get
was
to the subject of
reconstructed.
Cope later.
Yeah. Anyways, I think he was either above 11. I can see a Tyrannosaur up to 11 tons. I don't see it so much bigger unless we get some really, really big specimens or something like that. I mean, the atmosphere was different. We have to understand that. It wasn't modern gravity, so anything could be bigger or smaller. We have no idea. And for crying out loud, we have sauropods, which we now know there was a terrestrial creature that was over 100 tons, which we all thought was impossible, right?
So, shall we continue on with the video?
Yes.
Coelophysis. Coelophysis was one of the first dinosaur builds that the devs introduced.
Walking with dinosaurs.
And like all of the early dinosaurs, it really was nowhere near the power level of the ones that would be added to the game later in the Jurassic and Cretaceous expansion.
Does this seem like a fair comparison?
That's a terrible comparison, and not only that, are those even in the same family?
Well, let's look that up. What was it? Coelophysis?
Coelophysis. I don't remember what that is. Triassic is very loose with me.
Loading. I notice this site can be pretty slow at times. So, it's Coelophysoidea, Coelophysidae.
Should be the same size. Yeah, we don't have like a solid one. It's more of like up in the air, but
Carnosauria,
once we get some
Allosauridae.
then we'll get better fitting. Wait, are they both in the same family?
No.
Oh. Wait, where is
So here's Coelophysis.
Oh, yeah. What?
And then
no,
Allosaurus.
those are different spectrum.
The only thing they share in common is they're both theropods.
Allosaurus would be a B tier. It was
Bullshit.
what, semi-apex? I think the apex of Morrison would be what, Saurophaganax. So
Yeah.
what?
Saurophaganax and
Allo would be like
Dilophosaurus.
semi-apex. The moment Saurophaganax left, that thing would be the dominant predator. So I could see that as a B, maybe A tier, somewhere in there. I mean, it was
Imagine.
definitely successful for quite a while, didn't it?
Probably.
So, yeah, fairly successful. I honestly think that Tyrannosaurus would have lived for... I mean, obviously, the family of Tyrannosaurus, or just what we could think as direct evolutions to it anyways, lived for how long? Wasn't the rivalry between Tyrannosaurs and Ceratopsians, like, what, over 100 million years now? Now that we have the confirmed Tyrannosaur?
I think.
So... Tyrannosaurus Rex, honestly, I could see going for even longer if the meteor didn't strike, considering how advanced that thing was. It had everything you would ever need as a predator.
Cool.
The only reason it became such a popular and dominant build was because it starved and dehydrated more slowly than its non-dinosaur rivals. And this isn't to say that it didn't struggle to succeed too. It absolutely did, and often had to resort to team killing just to get by.
Betrayal.
It sort of dominated the early dino meta by default, so I'm not going to rate it any higher than D tier. Also in D tier we have Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is a unique build that specced heavily into fishing abilities and aquatic adaptations, including the rare ability of electroreception, which helped it catch fish players even when they were in stealth mode. This is great for that specific application, but Spinosaurus mains weren't actually fully aquatic. They couldn't breathe underwater and still had to spend plenty of their gameplay dealing with the challenges of being a terrestrial build. And unfortunately, their stats and abilities leave a lot to be desired in terms of contending with the terrestrial meta at that time. Because they'd spent so many evolution points adapting their build to be able to fish, they'd secured themselves a unique niche at the cost of being able to hold their own in general combat. They'd get bodied by most other carnivore mains and outsped by most herbivore mains, leaving them in an awkward position. If they'd had more...
Yeah, but wasn't Spino just meant for fish, so it's avoiding the competition with the other predators?
It was, what, like a opportunistic kind of predator? Almost. It's a fisher in a sense, but I think a better point he should have made is that this thing was contending on land with Karkar, which would have kind of screwed this thing over in a fight. I don't think a Spinosaur would ever beat a Karkar, because Karkar is just so much bigger.
Only way to see it beating Karkar is if Carcharodontosaurus, or if it runs into a smaller individual of Carcharo.
Well, obviously, but that's not really fair to begin with. I mean, that's like saying, oh, a Spinosaur could kill like a tiny little Rex. That's not fair.
More time,
it's making,
might have been able...
It reminds me of one thing I watched the other day of Lion versus Tiger, and if I remember correctly, it was of Siberian tiger versus African lion. South African lion, and apparently South African lions are actually bigger than Siberian tigers. And I remember someone made this comment where they went, "Oh, great video, but one thing I would like to add is there's this report of a 500-pound lion killing a 750-pound Siberian tiger, so therefore, even with the weight advantage, the Siberian tiger would have lost anyway." And then every single person was replying to the comment with, "Yeah, it killing an obese tiger counts."
That's like saying this fit dude walked over with a butchering knife and killed a fat dude. Congratulations.
The person who made the video even stated that
Ouch.
that
Okay.
600-pound tigers, Siberian tigers, are just obese ones from zoos.
Why does YouTube have to do this stupid, like, gray, I can't even see what that says, giant gray soul water dragon, then killing machine?
I think
Yep.
like
Prehistoric creatures.
Oh, and Laughing Stock also commented humanity.
I saw.
To gain enough
letting
experience
you know.
to spec into a fully aquatic build. But unfortunately, the devs decided to up the overworld temperature, raising the sea levels but drying up the rivers, leaving the Spinosaurus player base without a niche. The lesson here is that if you ever find yourself speccing into the playstyle of an amphibian, you may want to reconsider how you're spending your evolution points. Last in D tier we have the Hadrosaurs.
frog?
Now, I don't have a ton to say about these builds. Generally, their main game plan is pretty simple: see a predator coming and run away. This is pretty similar to the Dryosaurus and Camptosaurus playstyle I mentioned in F tier, but instead of relying on the more powerful
I don't
herbivores to
think he
defend
knows
them,
about
they had
Shant.
the HP.
What?
I don't think he knows about Shant. A Shant would do a number on even a Tyranno. So, I would personally put Hadrosaurus pretty far up there.
Well, one of the things I think these people are forgetting is when you look at modern ecosystems, don't the animals typically, or the prey animals typically win out?
Well, Siberian tigers are very big. Yet most wild cats are a lot bigger than, captive ones that work out, at least, compared to, because obviously captive ones, if we're not including the obesity factor, then for some reason are smaller. If lean, I'm not talking if normal.
If I remember correctly,
You know,
Siberian... From what I've found from looking around online, the largest Siberian tiger in modern times is wild one, by the way, not captive, was 212 kilos, which is
Oh, wow.
nearly
Wait, that's
470 pounds. Meanwhile, if I remember correctly, there was a 310 kilo lion reported.
You know the horrible thing is that a human can outweigh that?
Yeah.
That's so horrible.
Comment from Kathleen. Bruh, large
Yes,
hadrosaurs,
laughing
especially
stock. I
Shant,
thought I put that out as a community post. I must have forgotten. I even
try
took
to
screenshots. I did find your raft. I think the server ended up getting reset at one point or another. Because me and Lizette are going to try it again after we get a good break from development.
large hadrosaurs, especially Shant, will try to turn large predators into a large carcass if pressed. Yeah, that sounds about
Well,
right.
there you go. Kathleen, that is fully correct. There you go.
Have
I
you
mean,
seen?
hadrosaurs.
Have you seen
I
what
think
kangaroos can do?
Oh, they will mess you up. I think my biggest offense with that is especially what they do the number on Parasaurolophus. They do it so dirty. This thing got, up to 13 tons? And they show it as this little, freebie for carnivores so you can just smack down. It's stupid. That thing would have obliterated most large carnivores, which is crazy to think about.
Hang on.
Why are we looking at kangaroos?
No, I just want to show you this. This is the sort of stuff kangaroos get up to when pressed by dogs.
Unless that existed. He's only really... Okay, so he posts on the main Discord. So if you're on Discord, you'll see him a lot more there. Because, obviously, I am the only one who posts on my channel. And he's not too fond of dev streams that much.
Right, but anyway, as you can see here, this is what kangaroos get up to when they're pressed by predators. But a big bull male...
Oh, I've seen millions This went viral.
He'll go to the nearest body of water, and if that dog comes in, he's going to try and drown it. And you mean to tell me herbivores are weak?
Kangaroos do now is literally if they're getting attacked by something terrestrial, they'll just go into water and try to drown it. Yeah. Because they know they have way more strength.
They have to. Well, wait, I remember my dad saying he saw something of some old film from, I think he said...
Parasaurolophus had a species that was around 13 tons or so, at like some of the larger specimens at least. I think it was, what is it? Hang on, I'll have to find it here. I remember all about it. It was like sometime during 2021. There was this huge para uncovered or something.
So anyway, as I was saying, if I remember... Oh yeah, I remember my dad saying he saw some video from, I think it was the Vietnam War, or it might have been World War II, but it was of these Australian soldiers and American soldiers where they were having boxing matches, and the Australians decided to bring out a kangaroo, and the thing absolutely knocked out the American boxer it was with, and then it went to start stomping him into the ground with its back feet. Right, just grabbed a hold of him and just started stomping until the Australians got in and grabbed it and got it off him. So kangaroos are pretty savage animals when fighting.
Okay, speaking of which, the 13-ton parasaur that I mentioned is actually a thing in Path, apparently. Immediately, I just find this image from Path's time. I'm pretty sure that's a mod, though. But yeah, no, this thing is apparently known about, because 4 tons, I think, is the smallest species.
Actually, you know what? Let's see what this says. Parasaurolophus, 2.6 to 5.1 tons.
There. See if you can find the main... Where is it? I'm looking for it literally everywhere.
I wonder what the good old Wikipedia says.
Because I know there was this one specimen. Hang on.
What about chimps? I think it's safe to say chimps are pretty savage. Right, description. What does it say here? 5 metric tons, 2.6 metric tons. Does this all say this? Oh, I have that book. Okay, so it seems like it would have been at most around like 5 tons.
If I can find it for you. There you go.
I wonder if a Doggo Argentinio would beat a kangaroo. Did you forget the drowning part? What the hell?
Welcome to Big Parasaur.
You know what,
That's the one I was...
Can I, like, copy-paste it into here? What the far out? So,
here's one, like, filled in with muscle.
Let me, see what... Nearly 12 metric tons. Jesus Christ.
Get you a side-by-side with this thing and Giga really quickly.
What? Holy fuck. So shall we get back to Tier Zoo?
Hang on one sec. I'm looking for it right here. Give me a second.
Yeah, just... What the...
And you got this one.
Okay, I'll just copy-paste that onto the string. What is that list? That can't be real. That'd make it big of enchant.
I think this one right here.
That'd be big of enchant.
I think that one right there was the original assessment of the specimen, like the big one you see right there. That was the original theory of it. That's the one that broke the internet, is when they talked about an 18-ton Parasaurolophus, and then they downsized it all the way down to like 12 or 13 or something.
Can we get a side-by-side with an African elephant?
No. That really big brown one. No. I think that was just the original. I don't think if they'd keep it that big, because even I am just like, oh, what? Because that's a big boy.
Damn.
Oh, hang on. I know
is running right now. Yeah. What the? Right. So back to Tier Zoo.
This is amazing.
I love how so far with this video, we watched like half a minute to a minute, and then we're like rambling for 10 minutes.
And by the way, if you want to do a side-by-side comparison, you can put Parasaurolophus against these guys.
Right, back to Tiazu.
Required to shrug off a hit or
Okay.
two, and actually had the mobility required to escape, assuming they saw the attack coming. Overall, this build was pretty easy to play, but had a low skill ceiling as well, since they had no actual combat abilities. All in all, there's a reason players consider Hadrosaurs more forgettable among dinosaur builds.
Are we just gonna ignore that ones like Shant existed?
No, because he's just sticking to the Jurassic World trope, of course. Yeah, I was giving you a heart attack. No, there cannot be a Hadrosaur that big. No, that is literally just a small sauropod. No.
Oh, hey,
I think I already
you wanna know
called
something
the
scary I found the other day?
What? Oh,
Wait,
yeah,
give it a sec.
Edmonto is, like, what, 15 tons, 14
Give it a sec,
tons?
give it a sec, give it a sec.
I'll give it another 5 years. Here we go. Come on.
Load, you fucker.
Calvin in his third world internet.
What do you expect from Australia? We're not even in the top 50. Oh, okay, they changed it. So they say up to 14.5, but I remember this used to say 13 to 40 metric tons.
Land whale.
Like, what? Could you imagine a 40-ton hadrosaur?
No, I could. I'm not going to imagine that.
Like, this thing would have dwarfed T-Rex if that was that big.
Hydra's got an alpha ratio. Considering how aggressive modern herbivores are, imagine a... Oh.
That thing would demolish a house.
An angry Shant would, that'd be worse than an elephant charging you. Just imagine that for a second. Worse than an elephant. And elephants can flip cars.
What's the size they list here? Approximately 19 to 23 tons, up to 31.
Wait, what? That can't be right. No way.
What
That's a
does Wiki
sauropod.
say for...
Oh, it's gonna put something stupid.
How do I spell it?
Shantungosaurus.
Shantongosaurus, here we go. Santonga sutus, what's that? Crocodile? 13 to 16 metric tons. Honestly, I find that more believable.
Well, far more believable. That's kind of interesting considering we just went on to Wikipedia, and
Actually, hang on,
Wikipedia
never
doesn't
mind.
exactly have the best track records.
Rhino destroys car. I just want to show you this video that my dad and I came across the other day. Yeah, check this one out.
Oh, I've seen. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't believe how easily it flipped the
Nope.
car. Just hang on, give it a sec,
Well,
everyone.
I can't believe that they were driving up to it. What are you doing?
Watch, just flip once,
Just wait.
twice. Oh,
Just sit around.
it keeps going.
Don't mess with a literal hundreds upon hundreds, thousands of pound creature.
Could you imagine being the guy in the car?
My gosh, could you imagine me in the driver's seat? It's going at him. You spin me right round, baby,
Now-
right. But
I can't tell if
on
it's
the
trying
radio,
to
it
drive
wasn't
away
happening.
or that's just it pushing it.
Yeah, Yeah, Edmonto was a bit bigger than Rex, yeah. So Rex was taking on Edmontos, which were a bit bigger than it. But,
That reminds
I
me
mean,
of an artwork I'm seeing.
with the weaponry that Rex had of all things, I mean, it was kind of built to do it.
Tyrannosaurus.
I feel like even Tyrannosaurus had a slim job of actually being, or well, no, it'd have a better success. I'd say like in
I
a
like
full
this
one.
artwork.
Yeah, there you go. That's some great art of that. They're around the same size, but I know Edmonto was just a bit bigger. Oh, there's that image of like look at that one on the left of that. That one of like the Edmonto picking up the Rex almost. I love that image right there. That is amazing.
Hang on.
It really shows the beastness of an actual hadrosaur.
My parents' neighbor got charged by a black rhino, and they said they can run up to 40 miles an hour. What?
They can run really fast.
I didn't think they
Welcome
could
to
run
Rhino.
that fast. Pint fire. Rhino.
Well, have you seen how fast a hippo can run? They can that, but faster. Oh!
So, freedom units for the Americans?
Freedom! Pretty sure that's like, what, 30-some?
34.
Yeah.
A little over.
It's almost 40. Yeah, that is stupid fast. Well, you're not running away. It's running you over. That was horribly cringy. I apologize.
Now imagine an angry 50-ton, 30 to 40 meter long Argentinosaurus. Oh, Jesus Christ, that'd be horrifying.
You just see that thing, like, destroying buildings in its path?
That'd be the sort of thing you wouldn't want near a city.
No. You'd want that on some out there nature reserve if it actually was alive today. If that thing was in a city, literal buildings would start collapsing from that thing.
Insert even.
That thing would tear through a house in seconds. Considering a Tyrannosaur could probably wreck down a house, or any real megatheropod could probably do a number on a house. Argentina would probably just walk through it like pebbles.
And that's Argent. Imagine that Brachiosaurus.
I just refer to bruh.
Bruh moment.
I don't care. Freedom units. Oh yeah, snack. Insert
In
eagle
C2,
noises.
two
Yes.
Right, so, with the lineup so far, do you think anything should be moved?
Yeah, I feel like the
Hadros should be
Hadrosaurs
like
should
A.
be here. Campto should be at least in C tier. Coelophysis should also be in like C or B tier. Spino, I honestly kind of agree with in D tier because it wasn't really equipped all too well.
of the most famous Jurassic builds. The first is Stegosaurus. Taking a quick look at the Stegosaurus' stats, it's clear that this build was extreme on many fronts. It had one of the lowest intelligence levels of any dinosaur, and also didn't exactly have much in terms of mobility either. However, it had pretty incredible combat stats and powerful abilities to back it up. Most notably, its backplates and Thagomizer.
Fucking
Mobile ad, here we go.
Ah yes, degenerate mobile ads.
Their backplates significantly reduce the chance of an attacker scoring a critical hit against them, since it's much harder to bite down on a Stegosaurus' weak point.
What?
What are the artworks? I don't think that Edmontosaurus would not bite a Tyrannosaurus. I think that it would use its massive tail. Well, it could bite it. I mean, do you know how badly a beak hurts? It definitely would use it to grip it better. Obviously, it would want to push it, but it could maybe bite it to, like, grab the head and push it away from it. That could happen very much so.
One thing I think
Like
should be
seeing
noted
that,
is that, well, you see quite a few animals in the modern day that aren't really specialized for biting other animals bite anyway. Like kangaroos, they'll bite.
Well, deer will bite, and even things with beaks will always bite. The thing is that
It's a
especially
weapon
there,
to
it's
use.
a good way of it, like basically looking like it's trying to get the head away from its own head. Because obviously, if the Tyrannosaur, did lock onto the neck of that thing, it's probably gonna end very quickly for the Edmontosaur. So more or less, that's just a great way to snap the head away from you. So that's good, I guess.
Well, one thing I set back
Edmontosaur.
thinking, right, with the idea of it using any sort of front weapons, right, remember they have those massive toenails, those massive hooves at the front? Imagine those stomping down on a Rex. Like, use its weight
So
to
it's
knock
not only
over a
being
Rex and then just
stabbed,
start stomping.
but it's getting crushed. That is a horrible death. You're being crushed and impaled.
Yeah.
Ouch.
When there are plates in the way. Their backplates can also be flushed with blood to grant a large intimidation buff, which works great against predator and herbivore mains alike. The Thagomizer is one of the most unique weapons of any dinosaur build. The Thagomizer has one of the highest critical hit chances of any weapon in the game, often dealing enough damage to one-shot most players. Because it's a tail spike, this attack has a lot of reach, making approaching a defending Stegosaurus player extremely difficult. However, the strategy was by no means...
Hang on, just a couple more comments. Edmontosaurus would use all its body parts as its weapons. Yeah, I think I agree with that, wouldn't you? You'd just use anything to get rid of a predator.
Your bite. They'll literally bite each other. I'm not kidding. They actually bite each other. Even whitetails Whitetails will literally bite each other in a fight, other than just, locking antlers, which usually ends. It's kind of funny that whitetails will commonly lock antlers to fight, but that can also kill both of them in the process because they might get stuck. They need a bloody human to help them.
Perfect. Their low mobility made fleeing from battle impossible, so if an enemy did know how to subvert its defenses, Stegosaurus mains would be out of options, and since their tails weren't long enough to cover an attack from the front, that was often their downfall. Thankfully, their base game plan was relatively simple, so their low intelligence didn't hinder them too much.
I remember back when I was researching my Stegosaurus video, I came across quite a few things saying that Stegosaurus probably would have been able to actually rotate its tail pretty quickly. And not just that, but its body as well. Like, it could push off with its front legs in one direction in order to spin the tail around faster in the other.
I'm pretty sure these things had very mobile hips as well.
Yeah, so in other words, it could easily just turn around. So even if it might not be able to reach its tail around to the front to attack whatever's hitting there, it can easily just spin around.
Lucky on these things, but again, since they're more stupid, maybe they could just distract it, and then one dude just goes, hello.
It reminds me of one thing, right? You're into battleships?
Yeah, somewhat.
Well, here, the Iowa class battleship, I remember watching something where they talked about how that part there sweeps upwards, and saying of how, like, you might look and think, oh, that hinders the ship because now it can't fire straight ahead. But the US Navy's thought was, well, they don't really need to fire ahead because typically, whenever a battleship is going to be in a fight, it's going to be broadsiding.
Yeah, exactly.
So why does it need to fire forward?
Right. I'm not like a huge battleship guy. I'm not like super knowledgeable when it comes to that. More of an aviation person, but okay, that looks awesome though.
Yeah.
That just looked awesome.
I love that scene from the Battleship movie where they show him firing.
Oh, yeah. But battleships are still really cool. I know, like, a little. I don't know a lot. Obviously, me and the Bismarck are connected.
If you ever feel the need to bloody check out anything on Iowa-class battleships, check out the YouTube channel Battleship New Jersey.
Uh-oh. Of course, you'd know that.
Let's talk about stego mating.
Oh, there it is! It haunts us ever since the first podcast. It's always coming up.
Also in C tier, we have every Stegosaurus main's arch-enemy, Allosaurus. The Allosaurus build was unique in that it actually invested very arch-enemy, Allosaurus.
Honestly, I feel like stego could go up to like B or A tier, and the same for Allo.
For Allo, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, are we going to ignore how common Allosaurus was in the Morrison?
You live in New Jersey? Awesome. Get the Tyrannotherium. That one. Oh, how did I not see that earlier with the getting out of there? I saw that. That's nice.
Battleship New Jersey
subject.
Museum. Well, bloody Tyranno just said he lives in New Jersey, and if I remember correctly, it's located here in New Jersey itself. Where does it say? Yeah, NJ, New Jersey, address. So, yeah, if you want, you can actually go visit it. And it's actually now raining where I am, so, hooray. Actually, hang on, guys, I'll just check. Yep, it is very much pouring down out there now. So, On with Teazu, I guess.
The Allosaurus build was unique in that it actually invested very little into the bite attack, only having the bite strength of a lion. Instead, Allosaurus dealt damage by using its head like a battle axe, swinging its open jaw down onto an enemy player.
I'm pretty sure this battle axe theory was debunked, wasn't it? Gecko, you there? Okay, he's just muted himself. Might as well check comments again. Stegosaurus should be in B. Stegosaurus doesn't need to mate, it just spawns babies with its mind. There's a fossil park that's coming in the spring that I'm volunteering. A New Jersey has Hadrosaurus because it was in New Jersey. Pronounce the name Haddonfield. What? New Jersey. Okay.
Dealt heavy damage but was nowhere near the devastating power of some of the top tier dinosaur combat moves. It had the highest top speed of any build during its time, but had relatively low stamina, meaning it could only sprint for a short time. Also similar.
If I remember correctly, actually, hang on, let me see if I can find it. I think it was in here. Scroll down. Alright, because Teazu just said it had very low stamina like a lion. But, where is it? Here. Not only... Once again, we're back to what they consider an Allosaurus. Anybody, even young children, will know of the Allosaurus as the lion of the Jurassic metaphor. Well, Teazu takes it literally, saying Allosaurus had considerably worse stamina than other theropods due to lions not being good pursuit predators. Not only is this untrue, but it's also blatantly made up. We have zero evidence in Allosaurus to actually support this, and if we do, they do not bother to bring it up. They also claim that Allosaurus had the highest speed of its time. This is hilariously untrue. Even an uneducated paleo fan will know that there were many smaller dinosaurs that easily topped it in this degree. BRB, gents. Okay, see you in a second, Kathleen. So yeah, Teazu blatantly made this up.
Today. While one-on-one, Allosaurus tended to get bodied by the stronger herbivore players of its time. In packs, they could take down just about anything. Overall, a solid mid-tier, whose strategies got expanded upon and refined by the later dinosaur builds. In B-tier, we have a few builds which did the exact opposite of what Allosaurus did, in that they put a ton of evolution points into a single combat tactic. First, the build which spec'd into the claw skill tree, granting it the longest claws to ever exist in the game, Therizinosaurs. Therizinosaurs were excellent in 1v1 combat because their claws gave them incredible reach and damage, perfect for slicing at the heads of carnivore manes that were trying to bite them. Their slash attack was the strongest the game had ever seen. In fact, they put so many points into the claw skill tree that they had none left over for teeth or mobility and were actually forced to change teams from the carnivore side to the herbivore side, making them the only build from the theropod faction to opt not to be a predator. This actually worked out really well for them, because they no longer had to compete with the other predator mains for XP, and were...
I'm pretty sure there were other dinosaurs related to Therizinosaurus that, were herbivorous as well, weren't there? And if I remember correctly, also, wasn't there a study done a couple years back that found that the claws were very fragile, so they weren't good for slashing, like often believed? So, I don't know how well this part holds up.
Were also taller than most herbivore players typically seen in the forest biomes. Sure, they were lacking in intelligence and mobility, and also couldn't actually gain any experience from the enemies that they defeated with their claws.
Yeah, it's
but all in all, they had a surprisingly effective strategy. Not a perfect defense, as they were definitely still vulnerable to coordinated assaults, but definitely an above average build. On the opposite end of the spectrum from Allosaurus and Therizinosaurs, both of which had either weak or non-existent bite damage, we have the carnivore build that put all of its evolution points into maxing out the bite attack, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
There were many theropods in general that turned to herbivory. Yeah, I thought so. So it's not just Therizinosaurus. Oh, families. Okay. Yeah, I thought there were more theropod dinosaurs that did turn to herbivory than just Therizinosaurus. Because, well, theropods were around for how long? You mean to tell me that only one species evolved herbivory?
Rex. T-Rex had the most powerful bite attack in the history of the game, able to take out any player it was able to bite in a single hit. This also gave it the ability to crush bone, letting it access the XP-rich marrow inside, similar to what hyenas do in today's meta. T-Rex was a hybrid between a predator and scavenger build. It didn't have the greatest luck taking down the heavily armored herbivores of the Cretaceous expansion, but it could certainly defeat them if the T-Rex players worked in a group. And as a scavenger, its massive size gave it the ability to steal kills from other carnivore players who had no hope of surviving its devastating bite if they got in its way.
Oh yes, Valley of the T-Rex. Oh god, this is definitely a documentary of all time. I watched it with Gecko the other day, and yeah, it's definitely something. I think most of our watching of Valley of the T-Rex just ended up being like 90% pedo jokes and 2% of us watching it. The other 8% was something. Red Rex. For some reason with that documentary it just ended up being nothing but grizzly bear roars for the T-Rex. Like, couldn't you slap something together? Also, I don't find it all that notable to say that T-Rex was a scavenger and a hunter because, well, that's pretty much every predator ever. If Therizinosaurus, Segnosaurus, whatever that one is in the other, to name. Yeah, thought so. Looks like it should be in an anime.
T-Rex did, however, have to sacrifice all of its other offensive strengths in order to maximize its bite damage. Its arms were so short that its claw attack had pathetic range, making them useless both for holding prey and fighting rivals for territory.
What's the best dino documentary in your opinion? I don't really know, Trio. I haven't watched too many documentaries on dinosaurs. I'd say Prehistoric Planet's probably a good one. There's also this documentary I came across from 1975, I think it was, called The Hot Blood Dinosaurs, that I didn't mind watching. It was pretty interesting.
And it also wasn't particularly fast outside of short bursts of speed, so if players saw it coming, which wasn't that hard because of its massive size, they wouldn't have too tough a time avoiding it. Still, with team strats, it was near unstoppable, and it always had the option to fall back on scavenging.
Was there any evidence that T-Rex was a pack hunter? Like, I don't think there was. As far as I understood, we don't know anything of whether or not it was solitary or pack hunter. You'd probably find it would have, well, if it did hunt in packs, it probably would have been a, what's it called? I'm trying to remember. Would have formed temporary mobs, sort of like what you get with Komodo dragons, where they're solitary by nature, but if one kills something and then the others see, then they're going to be like, ooh, let's all join in. I think Gecko muted himself, so he's probably gone off somewhere. Who knows, maybe he just went to the bathroom.
So it was definitely a solid high tier. The last B tier build I want to talk about is Triceratops. In terms of defense in a single direction, no build has ever come close to Triceratops. Their horns can deal massive damage in a single swing, even to giant carnivore builds like T-Rex. Looking at its stats, it's pretty clear that going head to head with this thing would end badly. However, one thing I've noticed is that players nowadays fail to remember its main drawback, low intelligence. This thing was pretty close to a modern day opossum in terms of brain power, and as many of you should know from my Australia video, marsupials are some of the least intelligent mammals. People assume Triceratops behaved similar to a modern day elephant, since both are about the same size and sport powerful front-facing weaponry.
I've never heard anyone refer to Triceratops as being like an elephant. The only time I've really heard any sort of comparison with modern animals has been a rhino, just due to the large horns. But I can sort of see how elephants are comparable with the tusks.
However, the herd behavior that makes elephants so untouchable by predators was absent in the Triceratops build, as they were mostly solitary, and this was due to their low intelligence stat. Because of that, they were highly vulnerable from being attacked from behind, or from multiple angles at once. Triceratops' low intelligence also meant that it was easily tricked into walking into ambushes set by carnivore mains, which pretty much always meant a game over for the Triceratops. As powerful as this build is, and it is powerful, don't get me wrong, I think it's definitely not a top tier dinosaur and caps out at B tier. Okay, so in A tier, we've got the dinosaurs, which were a bit smarter about how they invested their evolution points. First, we have the Dromaeosaurus, the faction of dinosaurs that includes builds like Velociraptor, Deinonychus, and Utahraptor. These players made an interesting choice to forego the gigantism ability that made dinosaurs so dominant in the first place, and try their hand at more of an evasive rushdown playstyle, sacrificing both their HP and defense stats to buff their mobility and DPS as best they could.
Tier Zoo be a hypocrite sometimes. One vid saying the marlin is a S tier fish, and in another he shows a marlin sucking at hunting. Oh, I remember seeing quite a few complaints about Tier Zoo where people were saying that it seems like with his rankings he's pretty subjective at times. Where it's like, what sort of category? How is he ranking these animals? Right, like I remember with Gecko and I, when we did a tier list of cats, we decided to go off of like how adaptable they are, the capabilities, and also just their typical range you can expect from these animals, right? Because I don't think you can really say like an Iberian lynx is on par with a leopard when you consider the fact that the leopard has a much greater range than the Iberian lynx. And to me, it's like, well, he might say, oh, the leopard is bad, so it goes in B tier. But when you think about it, the leopard's actually more of an S-tier animal, considering how adaptable it is. And the fact that, if I remember correctly, it has the largest range of any wild cat. The only other cat that's comparable, or I guess superior, is the feral cat, which covers pretty much every continent except Antarctica.
Most notably, they spec'd into buffing a single claw on each foot, which had two important functions. The first being that it could deal massive slash and stab type damage. And
if I remember correctly, there's a 2005 study that found the claws of dromaeosaurs weren't good for stabbing, and they were good for stabbing in and gripping. Oh, hi Gecko. Yeah, so with the claws they were good for stabbing and then gripping, but they couldn't slash.
Oh boy, how much did I miss? How much did I miss? I caught a glimpse of Valia the T-Rex there for a second. Calvin, why?
I think you left sometime around when Therizinosaurus started, so you were gone for a long time.
I know I was. I'm just asking, where the frick did friggin' Valia the T-Rex come from?
He was saying T-Rex was a hybrid between a scavenger and a hunter.
Wait, what? That's just every predator in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Every single one.
That's what I said.
Paul, let me scroll up and see how much I missed here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay,
it's all bad stuff.
I live in New Jersey, that's right. Gecko, you're an expert in this. Okay, yep, Sarcophagus next. Rain, Stegosaurus should be B. I think B or A, somewhere on that.
Hello, Alice.
I'm just scrolling through here. Okay.
He put whale shark.
Cheers is getting debunked. Yes. In the middle of the day. Just make some clouds. Yeah, just get a cotton candy machine. It was summer for you guys down there. Is it summer? I forgot.
Yeah.
Equator shenanigans. It is a blizzard outside for me right now.
Nice.
Long boy. There's Dinosaurus spelling
snow.
Fragile. Yeah. Many theropods general that turned into herbivory. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That is, even theropods are becoming vegan. Theropods are becoming vegan. Well, a little hint for you. Sauriskians in-house is not just theropods, but also sauropods. And what are sauropods known for? Herbivores. They're split off from a common ancestor, so yeah. Exactly. Black Ops 2 music. Wait, what? Red Rex, where's me? I'm here. Looks like I should be in an anime. Used to have Valid the T-Rex on VHS. No, you didn't. No. Did you purchase it on 9/11? I would laugh I would laugh everything out if you purchased it on 9/11. You're gonna write a Calvin X Gecko fanfic for you to... No. Don't do that. Best documentary, in my opinion, Prehistoric Planet, of course. Just because I like the speculation. It's nice. Whereas me, I'm here. up in. Everybody's just asking, where is he? Monkey indeed. You believe in Bigfoot? Good for you. Oh, we're back.
Calvin, Velociraptor were a big part of the Mesozoic era. What? Well, dromaeosaurs, as far as I knew, were a pretty diverse group, so I guess, yeah, they were a big part of the Mesozoic. In the Cretaceous,
not inherently Velociraptor, though. Didn't Velociraptor live in the same place as, like, Echelabator, Tarbosaurus, well, I know about Tarbosaurus, but of quite a few other dromaeosaurs. Did you miss that? The fan fixed it. Anyways, so what are we on now? I see Lambia or Centausaurus, whatever that is, on my screen.
We're on dromaeosaurs, and I think he's saying they can pack hunt. Hang on, I'll rewind.
A bit smarter about how they invested their evolution points. First, we have
T-Rex
the
is in B
Dromaeosaurus.
tier.
And Triceratops.
What are the two arguably most advanced carnivore and herbivore in the entirety of the Cretaceous or even the dinosaur timeline doing in B tier?
Continue with the monkey. Monkey.
Seriously, are you kidding me? Triceratops and T-Rex should be like top of A, if not low S tier. T-Rex especially. It was literally the highest point of carnivores, of dinosaurs in general. It had the best sense of smell, eyesight, freaking senses, size, strength, muscle mass, bite force, literally everything.
Pretty much.
Why is it in B tier?
I love how whenever I'm talking about T-Rex, it's like, oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, with you, you'll just sit there screaming into the microphone, best vision, best smell, best hearing, best bite, biggest predator to
I
ever
am the
live.
hate man for T-Rex at this point. I hate that because we know so much about T-Rex now, probably the most of any dinosaur, and we know. And not only that, this thing had some of the, strongest teeth. They weren't also, like, just giant bananas or anything. They were very sharp as well. Also, it had a very hard, dense skull with lots of keratin, meaning it could have used it for ramming. Like,
shall we continue on to see what he says about the...
But didn't this thing... Oh, and I didn't even mention, probably the smartest dinosaur. Not including modern birds. Like, what?
The faction of dinosaurs that includes builds like Velociraptor, Deinonychus, and
Hold up. Pause that one more time. Is that Therizinosaurus above T-Rex?
Yes. Yes. Yes, it is.
Whatever.
Welcome to the internet.
Raptor.
Unbelievable.
These players made an interesting choice to forego the gigantism ability that made dinosaurs so dominant in the first place,
I can
and
see
try their hand at more of an
Dromaeosaur.
evasive rush.
Why do they look
Railroad
like,
spike teeth, exactly.
why do they look like the JP3 ones?
But mini. Just wait till Gecko sees what he puts in high S tier. I swear if he put something like Troodon up there, dubious.
Sacrificing both their HP and defense stats to buff their mobility and DPS as best they could. Most notably, they spec'd into buffing a single claw on each foot, which had two important functions. The first being that it could deal massive slash and stab type damage, and the second being that it gave them the ability to hook onto players that they were targeting using the pounce attack. Overall, this build had much higher damage than normal for a build that size, and could easily take down players in a much higher weight class.
Climbing and staying on the back of their prey is literally what the prehensile claws are for.
This is
Literally
from a weird
stabbing
Korean
into the
documentary.
back vertebrae.
So. Someone just said that apparently this is from some weird Korean dinosaur documentary, and I'm honestly not surprised.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Those are the same models from Speckles!
If they attacked in a group, which they often did. They had the ability to weave in and out of their opponent's attack range easily, letting them bait out and dodge attacks. The one main drawback to this build was that if it never got careless...
What?
Wait, hang on, what did he say?
No, I just
I didn't
looked
even
at
hear
the
it, they're like lagged out.
Look at the doco. I just love this. Let's put that in slow-mo.
The one main drawback to this build was that
Get off
if
him.
it never got careless...
Look, I honestly kind of agree with Tyrannosaurus being an eater. That is
attacks. The one main.
Let's watch that in slow-mo. Like proper
should just
slow-mo.
be a GIF in no, this should just be a sticker in TTF, just kaboom.
Be gone, fox.
That if it never
Reaction. Here, listen. Had a croc brain smartest. I think that the brain of a Tyrannosaurus, it was comparable to something not. I feel like the one that they put of like a baboon was a little high. I think they said it was something just basically a worse Corbid brain.
I just want to point out with this scene here of headbutting sauropod, weren't sauropod skulls pretty fragile?
Yeah.
Do you mean to tell me it's going to hit probably 100-kilo predator?
I don't care. It looks funny.
Careless.
I don't care. It looks freaking hilarious. I'll allow it. Anything stupid
in a single hit.
Oh wow.
Christ, that looks so stupid.
Overall, this faction was one of the most successful at the time
ever.
and easily A tier. Also in A tier we have Dinosaurus, a build very similar to T-Rex in terms.
What?
Now, one of the things I want to bring up here, right? Listen to what he's going to say.
But with a slightly different plan of attack. Instead of investing purely into bite force, maxing out base damage, Dinosaurus spent its evolution points specking into advanced, serrated teeth. This gave their bite attack an increased chance to cause the heavy bleed status effect.
Now, I believe I've said this to you a couple times.
Tyrannosaurus literally has teeth like that.
Yeah, I was just about to say, right, for everyone watching, life isn't like a video game. T-Rex had serrations as well, although not as many as Carcro. It still would have caused significant... I can't speak today. It would have caused significant bleeding. So in other words, Carcro isn't special.
Yeah, the thing is with, like, even in TTF, like, it's literally just a balancing measure that Rex will have some pretty low bleed in the game. It's literally just for balancing. I can't put it too high, or else Rex would be completely broken. So, if I did something like a Carcharodontosaur, I probably would put it higher than Rex, but obviously the damage would have to be much lower because, you know, I have to balance it somehow and just make it somewhat... There has to be a trade-off here. There has to be a trade-off because Tyrannosaurus had both of those abilities in real life. I kind of have to pick with one and stick with it. And it had stronger bite force than it had stronger bleeding capability. Whereas it was the complete opposite with Carcharodontosaurs.
What does Tyrannotherium have to say? When I interviewed Tracy Ford, he said that sauropods would use their necks as a defense and their tails are useless. There's a paper that said it. Yeah, but just because...
Really?
Yeah, but just because a paleontologist says it and it's in a paper doesn't necessarily mean it's true, and you probably would have found they would have used their tails anyway. Just...
Well, probably the thing they'd use the most would be, like, I don't know, their legs.
Yeah.
Literal column meat that could... If that... Well, let's put this here. You all know how durable a Tyrannosaur is, right? If an Argentinosaurus decided to smack a T-Rex, probably would send it. And probably destroy every bone in its body in the process and probably rip off a part of its entire body. That's how powerful these things are.
Here's one from Alice.
They don't need to use their necks or their tails. They have feet that would do something much worse than both.
I just came back from watching review on 65. Am I the only one who enjoyed that? Yes. You are the
only one who's...
You are the only person who enjoyed watching that horrible movie. What even was that movie meant to be?
But spooky. I don't know. What was the point of the movie?
I mean, I love how they're meant to be... I love how they're meant to be some sort of alien race. I love how the people in there, they're meant to be some sort of alien race from before humans. Couldn't you put them in a costume or something to make them look like aliens?
No, Adam Driver. They need that big buck. They need their marketing.
Bring the target
Here's video called Most Underrated Dinosaur. Oh no. Oh no.
over time.
But at the very least, someone's enjoying it. All right, you know what? If you like, here's a way. If you like big blockbuster Hollywood film that you can turn your brain off to, then I suppose so.
Shall we get back to the video?
You know, like every Godzilla film. Except for -1. -1 was good. Go.
This was more cost-effective than pure bite force, and let them retain enough evolution points to spec into claws too, giving them a more well-rounded combat style that could still cause lethal damage.
Go back. Is that supposed to be an Tyrannosaur? Don't tell me that's supposed to be an Tyrannosaur. Go back.
Yes, that is a Tyrannosaurus. That is a Tyrannosaurus.
That is ugly. That is an ugly Tyrannosaur. I don't like it.
Style that could still cause lethal damage from a single bite. This strategy is similar to the one seen employed by the Komodo dragon player base of today's meta.
No, it is not.
Tyrannosaurus was also one of the tank.
Are we going to ignore that? Well, if we're going to go off the whole thing of, lizards have toxic bites, so therefore these animals would have had as well. That's literally every predator.
And bleed are two completely different things. What? You're having an argument midstream with a person who thinks Godzilla can beat Superman.
Alien goes to Earth before it gets patched. I just summed up the whole movie in one sentence. Yeah, that is a summary of 65.
Carnivore builds and can shrug off a hit or two even from the builds that would normally devastate anything that they landed a hit on. This made them extremely good at PvP against the other carnivore builds at the time, making them an easy high-tier candidate.
Are we going to ignore... In that documentary, right, Planet Dinosaur, when we have this fight, doesn't the Spino win out?
It does win, yes. It proceeds to, like, what? Topple the Carcharodontosaurus?
Other carnivore builds at the time, making them an easy high-tier candidate. The next build I have in A tier is Ankylosaurus, perhaps the best tank build ever to exist in the
correct,
game.
Yeah. Utah would have been a very I think a Kilobator would have been like the best example of a really big but fast Dromaeosaur, but we're stepping into that boundary of this thing is freaking massive. Basically just like almost the size of... Isn't Utah like around the size, if not just a little bit smaller than Ceratosaurus? Calvin!
What?
That was a question.
I blacked out for a second.
Utahraptor, isn't it around the same size as Cerato?
Let's look it up. Utah Craptor.
Here we go. 5 years waiting for this stupid website to... Oh, instant. Okay.
280 kg according to what site note? Dinosaur Facts and Figures, the Theropods and Other Dinosaur Forms. I have that book, actually.
No.
Of course I do. Ceratosaurus, what does that say?
It's okay to like bad movies? Yes, it is okay to like bad movies. I agree.
700 to 1 metric ton.
Enough about 65. No one likes 65.
Calvin had war flashbacks.
Calvin had war flashbacks. The trees are speaking Vietnamese.
No, someone just said Spinosaurus weighed 50 tons.
Where?
No, I'm joking of like the flashbacks of all the horrible
okay. I was about to say, wait, what? Ceratosaurus is your favorite? Cerato is one of my favorite. Used to be my favorite. I think that got beaten down a little bit by freaking Cerato is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite dinosaur. I really like Hadrosaurs too. Just the look of them is so pleasant on the eyes. It was 1 ton? Thought so. I thought it was around that weight.
Took the Stegosaurus strategy and cranked it up to the most extreme it could. Instead of backplates for intimidation, the Ankylosaur players spec'd into armor, and instead of tail spikes they opted for a club. Their armor was so impenetrable that it made attacks from even the strongest carnivore mains pretty laughable. While their club didn't have a high crit chance like the tail spikes did, it did do massive damage that could shatter bone, capable of crippling any player unfortunate to take a direct hit from it. Ankylosaurus was near invincible, except that it had one glaring flaw. Despite all of its defense and power, it was completely helpless if a player managed to flip it over.
Damn.
For that reason, I can't place it in top tier, because a good top tier will have no surefire counterplay. Last in A tier, we have Troodon. The Troodon build was the only dinosaur build whose core strategy was based around the
Oh
intelligence
no,
stat.
isn't this where
Sure,
we get
other
the
dinosaurs
scene?
used team strategies or had advanced perception skills, both of which require some usage of intelligence. But Troodon was the only one to
What?
I saw Jurassic Fight Club. I swear I saw it.
specifically tailor their
hang
build
on.
around having
gonna
its
be
brain
cursed
be its best weapon.
shit soon.
Troodon had to sacrifice a lot to get this. High intelligence requires a lot of calories to maintain, so getting the kills required to sustain both a large size and a large brain was
It's
impossible,
dubious.
meaning that they had to give up gigantism
Dubious
as a trait.
specimen.
So instead of powerful dagger-like claws, Troodon opted for smaller but opposable claws that could be
Oh, very
used
cool.
to pick up objects. This severely cut its potential in combat, but gave it a lot of options in terms of manipulating its environment to, for example, set up traps to catch players that would
Tell you a
otherwise be able
dinosaur
to
that.
evade
Hang on,
them.
hold on.
It's very
Pull up. He's asking, or she, I don't know. Alice is saying, tell me a dinosaur that beats T-Rex without being too unfair. Triceratops. We both thought the same thing. Because Triceratops could get beaten by Rex, and Rex could get beaten by Triceratops. They were literally the perfect counter for each other. Granted, a Rex could hunt a Trike, but a Trike could just as easily kill a Rex. They were literally hand in hand. They went perfectly together as like the ultimate pair of enemies.
very possible that if non-avian dinosaurs weren't banned in the meteor
Yes. I thought that said sickles. Why did I think that said sickles? Ugh.
strike
Troodons
balance
aren't
patch,
even.
Just get wiped out.
dinosaurs weren't banned in the
Begone,
meteor strike
dubious
balance patch.
specimen.
Troodon players would have eventually leveled up their intelligence enough to become top tiers, similar.
What is that thing? It's staring at me.
That is why are we in uncanny valley of like those stupid Jurassic Park things? Well, listen, hang on.
is
You
that
hate
thing?
Troodons? Nobody hates Troodons. Imagine
players would have
Utah is the strongest of the dinosaur dromaeosaur family, and imagine a kilobator as the Olympic sprinter of
Actually
its
level up
family.
their
That could be
intelligence.
really cool.
What is this thing? Holy Jesus.
Human dinosaurs. No, that sounds like an actually good version of 65.
Enough to become top tiers, similar to humans. But even
Jurassic Park full concept art moment. It's Sebby.
Holy
Yes.
Jesus, that's my dad. Oh my god.
though it was starting to gain the power to dominate
No, that's Joe. That's Joe
Jurassic Park
Biden.
4
in
concept
his-
art moment. Finally,
proper
someone said it. Oh, I dare you to
God,
Google that.
it's
It's so correct.
This thing.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Ooh.
This monster.
I want you to take a second back and think, are paleontologists actually sane? Making things like this?
This dude looks like he wants to kill himself. I'm sending that to you right now.
Look at the... No, don't you dare. Forming
Kevin.
into... Oh, no. If the asteroid didn't hit... Oh, no. Ugh, looks like a freaking frog.
its environment, it still had no way to combat the other top tiers aside from just running away. So it definitely wasn't S tier. In S tier,
Yes.
we have the most overpowered dinosaur faction of all, the sauropods. Sauropods had every
Thank you.
tool they needed to counter all other dinosaur builds. They had the maximum HP stat possible for a terrestrial build, and because they used the herd strategy, oftentimes this meant that if a sauropod player was caught off guard and was under attack by several carnivore players, it could usually tank enough hits that its teammates would have time to rescue it. And of all the dinosaurs, sauropods also had the largest attack range.
Whoa!
Their whip-like tails may have
A diplodocus on its hind leg.
What?
I forgot about that. I forgot about that part.
not had the same damage per hit that Stegosaurus or Ankylosaurus did, but they were still plenty powerful, able
What's
to
that
knock
thing?
down enemies well out of reach of a
Looks
counterattack.
hideous.
And if they did get too close, a sauropod
Activates the primer in the cartridge, igniting the powder and releasing gas
Full
to
on robots roll out.
What?
Look at that. It just transformed into a bipedal creature.
Damage per
Rewind.
hit the Stegosaurus or Ankylosaurus did, but they were still plenty powerful, able to knock down enemies well out of reach of a counterattack. And if they did get too close, a sauropod's stomp attack was
geez.
literally
Yeah, of
the
course
most
there is.
devastating move in the
Top of
game,
it.
knocking the target down and dealing lethal damage. Lastly, their extreme height gave them a massive advantage for avoiding stealth attacks, as they could see much further than other players. In terms of land superiority, sauropods truly were the most overpowered dinosaurs of all time. It's unfortunate that the devs chose to ban the dinosaurs during the KT balance patch, but alas, the meta was getting stale, so I understand why. Hopefully you enjoyed this look much further than other
Right,
players.
so
In terms of
with the end of the tier list, what should we
This is a terrible tier list, other than sauropods.
I think I would place T-Rex and Trike at A.
No, of course it wouldn't. That break its legs in like a second. How in the world are two legs holding that all that weight? Yeah, because it shouldn't. What about Brachiosaurus?
Well, that's lumped in with the sauropods. Steg and Allo can go up. Hadrosaurs, they should be like B or A.
So I think there should be S tier, and then there should be one. No, S for sauropod, and then A is everything else. So add like an F minus tier. So we're gonna put Troodon in F minus. Doesn't even exist. F tier.
Jesus
I don't even know what would
Christ.
go in F.
So,
I don't really think any of these are even deserving of an F tier comparing them. Like, okay, Hadrosaurus should be an easy A tier. Tyrannosaurus should probably be the top of A tier next to Triceratops. Then Hadrosaurs. Then probably the Ankylosaurs and the Stegosaurs and the Dromaeosaurs. And then probably the... What would come after that? Oh, Allosaurs and Carcharodontosaurs above the Allosaurs. No, Allosaurs lasted longer. So Allosaurs above Carcharodontosaurs. Then probably Camptosaurus, and then I know this is harsh, but I honestly think Spino is probably the worst off in this entire list.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of it's so unbelievably niche that in a survivable situation, all of the other ones are going to be able to survive much easier than Spino. Every single one of them.
Troodon deserves to be sent to Epstein's Island. Oh no.
No! No! Don't do that! Oh, you did not have to care.
Jesus. Why'd you have to go there? Why'd you have to go there? Why'd you have to go there?
Not only that, it's an animal.
Right, so,
God, they already did that was horrific. Imagine them doing it with an animal. Ugh. Yo. Time to make Calvin Crane show his absolute peak. Everyone's like, what are you doing? 65 goes in F. Fitting. Compy could 1v1 anything low.
I
The
agree
hell?
with that. So,
No! Microscopic organism found inside of a rock. 65,000 million bazillion. I don't even know. I'm just spouting nonsense at this point. Oh, what is
Alright,
this?
so which-
Things were lied to about dinosaurs? The right one. Things were lied to about dinosaurs.
or,
Going feral. Lola Sewell Jurassic Park, not accurate. Oh, Jurassic Park is not accurate, sorry.
so, which should
You
we
saw
do?
Jurassic
The,
JP's 30-some years old. No, yeah, 30 years. It's going on 31 years old.
so, should we do this
You did
video
not-
or the Tyrannotherium one?
I feel like things you were lied to about. But first, I'm going to get water. So you discuss with the chat. I want you... Oh... I was what? I honestly was jump scared there for a second. I just randomly see Calvin bring up a tab with Tyrannotherium, and I was like, "The hell?"
Just stretching real quick. Yes, it is you, Tyrannotherium. Spinosaurus is a tadpole with a crocodile mouth. I love how everyone's just bullying Spinosaurus when it comes to bloody how it looks. Actually, that makes me, you know, I just want to Google it. Spinosaurus in 2024 memes. Let's see what we can find here. Spinosaurus fan, I killed a Tyrannosaurus and I don't even have a scratch. I get mauled by a Tyrannosaurus. Spinosaurus, every time a paleontologist dig up a new fossil, this isn't even my final form. This isn't even my final form. This isn't even form. And even this isn't my final form. I'm still here. Yes, we know. Google Spinosaurus. Yes, I am aware of Spinosaurus. But for those who don't know, I'll Google it anyway so you can see it. This, ladies and gentlemen, and what HD render, I guess. This thing looks like some aborted fetus. What's this, the T-Rex version of it? Google unbullpopped Hamas. I think I've seen that. And I know what that is. Bullpupped Hamas. That somehow actually looks like a normal weapon. Now you see, this is how the FAMAS is normally meant to look. Here is it, unbullpupped. It honestly looks normal like that, if I'm gonna be honest. I am not Googling mangled. Yeah. Spinosaurus.
What the hell did I just come back into? I am so lost. Why were we looking at Spinosaurus?
Because it's 1902 T-Rex. Okay. Googling it. What
No,
does that look like?
don't you dare.
Oh! Oh, it looks pretty cool.
Scary. Do you remember the freaking sneaky tippy toe Rex from the T-Rex?
Yes. You know, before we check out another Bad Dinosaur video, let's pull up that clip from Valley of the T-Rex.
Do it right now.
For everyone
right
to
now.
see.
What
for everyone to see.
ads you're getting? What is it? It's 840. It's 840.
No, 840 was... Wait. Here's one of the greatest moments from the doco.
Was far complete, but enough bones remain to cobble together a prehistoric
Scoliosis.
Yes, I know it's an outdated depiction. And then, hang on, we have the bit a little later.
neck and tail.
Oh,
For
Jesus.
most of the
We
20th
lost
century,
it. We
Tyrannosaurus
lost
Rex
it
was
laughing
seen
during
as
the
the
recording.
savage, upright
Tip
predator
top,
that
tip
Barnum
top,
Brown
tip
imagined.
top.
I can Google. Twisted Grim. Oh no. No, not Grim.
He
I
was
love
the
this,
savage,
just
upright predator
tip-toe,
that
tip-toe,
Barnum Brown
tip-toe.
imagined.
What even is this monstrosity? It looks like it's
it's
about to grow.
upright.
It looks like it's about.
that bar-
It looks like it's heading off to groom children or something.
No, you're gonna make laughingstock say Epstein Island again.
T-Rex on Epstein Island. We have Stephen Hawking on Epstein Island, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump. Might as well have T-Rex as well.
Tyrannosaurus. At least Grimm was never there to begin with.
Right,
Grimm, the
so,
lovely.
ladies and gentlemen, debunk.
Calvin and Gecko reacting to stuff if raccoons had access to the internet.
Right, so here we go. Debunking
And
the
there he is.
Tyrannotherium on debunking the Tyrannosaurus specimen, comma. That's bigger
Sneak
than
onto the Epstein Island
Scotty.
plane. What have you done, Calvin?
That's gonna be a running joke on my channel now, isn't it? Bloody T-Rex
You
on
did this.
Epstein
You
Island.
did this to yourself.
That's gonna be a running joke on my channel, isn't it? So anyway, let's give our own analysis of Tyrannotherium's video on Copium Rex.
So apparently
All
there's
right.
a new Tyrannosaurus Rex specimen going around saying that, oh, it's bigger than
Crazy's a
Scotty.
bit old now.
Unfortunately, it was there was a video, well, a YouTuber that was doing a video of this animal, and it's suggesting that, oh, it's rumors that it's bigger than Scotty, which is not really the case. It's just a fucking video. Where's the fucking article? Where's the proof?
In case you're wondering where the article is, Tyrannotherium, you can find it on Reddit.
I think the article was. Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, there's the source.
It's crazy, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, yes, paleontologists. This is embarrassing for paleontologists, I know, but paleontologists literally post studies on Reddit now. I'm not joking.
And if you need any further proof about whether or not Copium Rex does exist, here is a screenshot from a book.
Calvin, you should totally put that that screenshot of Jack Horner on the screen. People will love that. 1902
Don't get me
T-Rex or 20. I'm assuming that's supposed to say 2024. Yep. Well,
Scotty's
obviously
a T-Rex
1902
specimen.
because it had the ability to fly.
I'm not going to mention names, but I do like this YouTuber.
He's talking about the Vividan.
I also don't know his name, but I have been subscribed to him for a long time. Anyways, I disagree with
Pretty much, yeah.
that video. And besides, they found a femur bone of the specimen, so we don't know if this animal was larger than Scotty. It could have been just the same size as Scotty, around what, 10.4 tons or whatever Scotty is, not 15 tons or 16 tons.
That's way too big.
The largest
Probably more like
estimate.
11 at like the biggest estimate. I think that video that he's referring to, though,
The largest.
is like the 12-ton one that Vividen made.
the largest
Basically
estimate.
on like the. Say again.
The largest estimate the Vividan ever gave for the Copium Rex was 12.4
Why?
tons.
Kathleen, why?
What?
Look at what she says. Just, Look. Calvin,
Anyway,
wake
Kind
up.
of a bit over.
I saw the comment.
If you ask me, like, what's next?
No comment.
So
I saw the comment.
You saw what comment?
Something about being thicker than Scotty. So anyway, video.
sauropod-sized Tyrannosaurus Rex, kaiju-sized Tyrannosaurus, planetary. You see what I mean?
Tyrannosaurus was actually already sauropod sized when you think about it. Gecko?
Yeah, I'm typing something. Quickly.
Well, if we just search up here, Tyrannosaurus. According to here, 5 to 10 tons. And then if we look up Amargus. Tyrannosaurus.
A Margosaurus. Why are you searching up a Margosaurus?
4 tons. So T-Rex was already sauropod sized. It was much larger than some sauropods.
There we go. There we go. Keep it going. There we go. There we go. Thanks, Trip.
I should also note that, well, Tyrannotherium might say, oh, it's just a femur, but, well, as you pointed out in the comments here, a femur is the best possible way to measure a biped.
Don't worry, Tyrannotherium. It's just a running gag. Don't worry.
And besides, every animal has a limit. You know, an animal like that, T-Rex cannot support 15 tons of weight.
How do you know?
It's impossible.
Well, we don't know that because the atmosphere was different. We don't really have a full way to measure that. Like the big sauropods. Yeah, like... the biggest a predator would ever, in my eyes, get, especially Tyrannosaurus, I don't really see it ever. Even if we find some immaculate specimen, I don't see it getting over tons ever.
And Scotty itself is just 9 to 10 tons, not 11 tons or whatever. So get this out of your head. You know, it's all your SpongeBob imaginations.
I love the reaction when you told Lizat that Tyrannotherium doesn't reckon Cope is bigger than Scotty. Remember, he just went, how? Or like, what? And then when I said he reckons 10 tons is the maximum, he just went, how? What's his source for that? Because...
Welcome to Lizat.
Well, like I said to you about it, right? And this is what I think people should take into account when it comes to these animals. And that's that. If I remember
sorry, take a look at chat. I'm sorry, I could not repulse from that. Look at what the question was.
What?
Which is worse, 65 or the Emoji Movie?
Emoji Movie. Anyway, as I was going to say, right? There's these I remember reading something the other day saying there's these massive, like, surveys of sometimes up to like 20,000 alligators in Florida, and only a very few amount are over 4 meters. When the record, the world record alligator, largest alligator, was 4.5 meters. So with that in mind, the largest specimens of a population are going to be the minority. Meaning that, given the fact that it's very rare for animals to actually fossilize, you're most likely going to find that Scotty is actually an average-sized Tyrannosaurus, and the same applies to Sue and even Cope. You'd probably find that the actual big boy Tyrannosauruses...
That's a scary thought.
The actual big boy Tyrannosauruses are either they've never fossilized, or the chances of us actually finding one, you might as well say they don't exist. Or at least don't exist in the modern day. They would have existed back then,
No,
obviously.
I've got a better one. You're better off... You're going to love this, Calvin. You're better off convincing Jack Horner to marry someone above the age of 20.
But yeah, so... right, so with that in mind, well, T-Rex... Right, the T-Rex specimens we might have, right, they might max out somewhere around 11 to 12 tons for the Cope. But for all you know, there might have actually been T-Rexes out there that were far bigger. There might have been 13 ton, 14 ton, 15 ton, 16 ton, 17 ton. But the thing is again, those are going to be the minority. For all you know, a 17 ton T-Rex might have been a 1 in a billion chance. And if I remember correctly, there was a population estimate thing done that found that throughout the entire span of the T-Rex species, there would have been at most around 2.5 billion T-Rexes. So if it's a 1 in a billion chance, then well, as you can see, a 17-ton T-Rex would be extremely rare.
And probably would never fall. Okay, I've got a confession to you guys. I have like 200 some hours on Primal Carnage Extinction. I am no stranger to that game. I am a master at that game.
Actually, let's look it up real quick. What does this say?
If you convince Calvin to join me in the game, maybe we could both make videos on it, because I have asked him before.
According to them, its population at any given time was approximately 20,000 individuals, and it survived for approximately 127,000 generations. The total number of T-Rex individuals who ever lived was approximately 2.5 billion. So with that in mind, and let's say it's, I don't know, a 1 in a million chance of there being...
I don't want to believe in a 17-ton T-Rex. I don't want to.
Okay, then. Well, let's say, I don't know, the maximum you would have seen for T-Rex was 15 tons. Even then, those animals would have most likely been the minority.
That's true. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to believe in that, because that just seems some... it's a really hard thought to process. At that point, I would call it Goliath.
Or another thing that I think should be pointed out is, look at animals in the modern day. As an example, if I remember correctly, the typical number you'll see online is that the average African male lion is around 190 or so kilos. But you do get some very big prime males out there that, and I don't mean that they're like I don't mean they're like a tiny bit bigger, like 220 kilos, right? So only 30 kilos bigger. I'm talking like 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300 plus kilos, right? You can get some absolute giants. The sort of stuff that rival the largest tigers out there. So with that in mind, for all you know, there might have been a population of Tyrannosaurus.
Not only that, it also depends, because what kind of prey were they hunting? What kind of ecosystem were they living in? What kind of time during the Cretaceous era in Laramidia were they? And how close were they to the sea? How close were they to mountains? Did they live in more swampy areas or savanna-like areas? Did they live in jungle? Like, it depends on where that Tyrannosaur is from, its diet, the ecosystem in general, how big the ecosystem was there. All of those things could... Oh, and the genetics, let's not forget. If it gets a really good roll with all of those, it could be a giant.
Well, that's where I was just about to go, with the fact that animals can vary a lot depending on where you look, where you can have some tigers that are lucky to be larger than some leopards, to the largest cat alive today, the Bengal tiger. For all you know, there could have been a population of T-Rex for some time that might have averaged 10 to 12 tons, or 12 to 15 tons, whilst there might have been a smaller population that might have only been, as an adult, 6 to 8 tons average.
Or those could even be older, diseased. I mean, we know Stan was a diseased specimen. And old. So, quite possibly could have lost a lot of weight by being old. Well, even then, because of the bone structure, I don't think that would happen. Hang on. No, I know Primal Carnage is not crossplay, because I have tried to play with PlayStation players before, and it never worked. Or actually, hang on, they brought out this massive update to PlayStation recently to catch up to PC, so maybe they're cross. I don't think they would do that. This game was built on UE 3. UE 3, which is how old now?
I don't know.
Very. Whereas TTF is being built on UE 5, the newest iteration, or UE 5.3.2, which is the newest version of Unreal Engine 5. Even ASA was only built in 5.1.
You know, it's never going to fucking happen. Besides, no one on YouTube, other than besides the YouTuber himself, is not talking about it. No one's not talking about it. Edge isn't talking about it. No one's not talking about it. Facebook's not talking about it. It's just a fucking femur of a specimen. You know?
Pretty sure the specimen...
the complete animal...
Well, one thing I want to point out here with the thing of where's the article and why is no one talking about it, as they point out here, what makes me feel strange is that no one here has ever discussed this super giant specimen of Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was obscure to begin with.
Have you ever... you know what you should do? Just at like Edge in a tweet or something and get him to do it, because maybe he'll do it. Though, from my understanding, he's quite a stubborn person when it comes to content.
Also, just to answer the question from Alice here of do you consider Google a reliable source for dinosaurs?
Nope.
Not really, but one thing I would what I'd really consider it be better off for you doing is just, see what books you can find on dinosaurs instead and use those. Books are a lot more reliable than, Google.
Or you can just talk to paleontologists and find studies online, which are two other things you can do.
Yeah.
Because even then, books are a lot more reliable than just random Google searches, obviously, but some little things in there might have been changed that a paleontologist would know about.
That's why it's always good to, like, follow paleontologists on Twitter.
Yeah, paleontology is such a complex thing because it changes every 5 seconds. It's the most rapidly changing topic, or one of the most rapidly changing topics in science, which is crazy.
If I remember correctly, there's also, I think there's also some magazines out there that are published every now and then on, pardon, of, like, new studies every month.
I swear, you literally put the mic in your throat before you just freaking burp. I swear. I swear. It's so loud on my end. It's ear piercing.
But yes,
Whatever.
so, in conclusion on is Cope real or is Cope not real, it's real, it's most likely bigger than Scotty, even if it's only slightly, and I wouldn't say it's just a hoax on the internet, and we can safely say that Cope does exist.
Yeah. I don't think it's a 15-ton specimen by any means, but I know it's real. I've seen the specimen. Well, not in person, but I've seen plenty of images of the specimen. So they do exist. They just, they're very obscure. They're hard to find in the first place, which is really weird. Finding certain specimens in the first place, like I dare you to like search a specimen ID in Google, you'll be hard pressed to find it. Even Scotty, which is barely talked about in the paleo community, at least, certain ID, understand the most known specimen ID of a dinosaur. Is that the Brachiosaurus?
Yes. This is the holotype.
Okay. Well, it's a holotype. Most holotypes you're going to find. Like, you could probably find the Spinosaurus one as well, and that's fairly obscure. I mean just, like, random specimens from a species, because Tyrannosaur has, over 30 specimens now? I dare you just Google the specimen of body. I couldn't find it. Or maybe it is now, but I could never find it.
Found Cope.
What? How do I never find these things when I Google them?
You're welcome, Alice.
Send me that. I dare you. I will Google it right now. I swear, and I will not find it.
Find what?
Send me the specimen ID, and I literally will Google it, and I'll bet you I do not even get the results. I'll get like some stupid restaurant.
Just
there we go.
Why am I on the Theropod database again?
I don't know why you went on there. I just randomly saw you tab into their own stream. The first thing... Want to know the first thing I get?
Alice, for... if you're still around after
get that. Hang on. The second thing is literally Cope.
So
like
anyway,
the Reddit tab for Cope.
So
and
anyway,
I've never seen... So anyway, I heard you say it a couple times, so I'll just say it for you the third time.
So anyway, as I was about to say, Alice, I think I'll put out a list on my community post afterwards of books I recommend for anyone wanting to get into paleontology, alongside some websites and blogs I've checked out here and there. Fuck you.
It was a big role. It was basically the final massive terrestrial carnivore that really came out. Probably the most advanced before getting obliterated by big pebble.
Well, I interviewed Tracy Ford and a friend named Omar. Okay. Why? Did he have anything to say on the Cope specimen? Question, what do you think of the Dino Facts content?
Who's that?
What?
I don't know who that is. I like the argument between Calvin trying to say something every time. That's our relation. That is how we are people when we interact with each other.
That reminds me of once when you were like rambling about something, and then you were sat there like, oh, Calvin's gone silent again. And then I was just sat there going, oh, what? Does this happen in America where everyone's just talking over each other and interrupting? Oh my god, the Australian decided to actually be quiet and just listen. Oh wow, I never encountered this in America.
Welcome to every American conversation. You should hear me and Lizette trying to talk. It's just... Because the thing is, we've recognized how we talk in patterns now to where we randomly just slip in a conversation the moment we get a chance.
Oh yeah, I recognize this guy with Dino Facts. I don't mind his videos.
Yeah, they're alright.
I don't really watch his long form stuff, I just check out the shorts he does.
We're seeing his top 10 largest theropods. It was already outdated when it came.
Isn't he one of those channels that started from TikTok and then migrated to YouTube?
Yes, of course he is.
Thought so. Thought so. Right, so, things you were lied to about dinosaurs.
I saw David Attenborough up there.
Yeah, I did too. Hey, there's our video. Our live stream.
Hey, there we are with the image of TTF. Welcome to America's U.S. Yes, America. America.
You know what, let's just
you
search
want some
up...
freedom, kid?
You know what, I know
Have some
someone we must
freedom.
watch. I know someone we must watch at least one video from.
Honestly, I would be content if this song right here was the American. No, not free.
Do you see what I'm seeing on screen? Ugh!
Oh no!
What is that?
Oh, what did he do to the Dominion Giga? What? Why are there alien robot people?
What is that stuff? Unless he started using a lot of AI generated thumbnails. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah. This should just be new American anthem, but it starts at 4:45.
Bird. Jesus. Why must these thumbnails be so ugly?
I'm seriously just listening to the song right now. Freaking Freebird.
I'm looking at bad paleontology thumbnails and you're set back like, Free Bird! What the hell?
Screaming, oh no, not them. Oh, ooh, these people are so... Oh. You know what? That's what we need to do. I'm going to send you a video and you're going to react to it. Jurassic World Evolution mods. Let me find you one really. Hulk mod.
Found some weird YouTube kids live stream. What the hell does this look like? Oh, mobile ad.
Click off it. No, that's Photo Rex. You need to see it, but extremely cursed. Hang on, I'm trying to find it for you. Like Buzz Lightyear and dumb.
Started like 11 minutes ago.
Wait, this is Jurassic World Evolution 2 now.
Oh, those live streams. Ah, I see. You know about them. Giganosaurus versus T-Rex. I think it's safe to say T-Rex wins.
Yeah, he's gonna say Giga, of course.
I wonder what sort of stupidity we might find here. Hey, one of my videos.
Oh my gosh, there it is again. Here, I found probably Lizette's favorite video of all time. I want you to watch this stream.
Ah.
We laughed way too hard at this video.
Loading degeneracy.
Hello, everybody. You know, I just realized I'm not even on my PC mic, so I probably sound...
You sound horrible.
In late summer 2017, Jurassic World Evolution was officially
There we go.
announced. It may not seem like a big deal to an average...
Do I sound a little bit better now?
considering this was a game that was announced...
Now you sound like you're speaking through an old, like, 1980s radio.
What?
Hang
I
on.
shouldn't.
Hang on. Let me, like, turn down your user volume or something. I cranked it up earlier. Okay,
Better now?
Speak again.
Hello.
Did you just fart or something?
No, I turned the volume on my microphone all the way up. Did it seriously? Hang on, let me like scroll this way up really quick. Microphone on work.
Gecko sounded like he's going through dimensions. Indeed. That's the best way to put Gecko as.
2 years after the first Jurassic World movie, and since then the only things that fans have gotten in terms of video games
Hang on,
were
now
a
I'm curious. Is this making me louder or quieter? If I turn it this way, am I getting quieter or louder?
Quieter.
Quieter or louder now? Okay, good. That's how it should be.
Lego game
Going
and a
through
mobile
dimensions.
game.
How do you know I'm not? Wait, hang on. What did I sound like? Oh, that was really loud.
The announcement of this game was surely a sign of great things to come in terms of the franchise outside of the movies themselves, as that's what fans had wanted. The demand for a Jurassic World video game, even today, is still high, yet it feels that Universal hasn't taken advantage of the opportunity to deliver a game that fans have been asking for. But with Jurassic World Evolution on the horizon, it seemed that they were finally taking a step in the right direction. But in the almost 4 years since it was first announced, it's had a very interesting history, from DLCs to dinosaur packs, from long hiatuses to false announcements, and from fans being kept in the dark to mods. And it's ironic how Frontier Developments, the people behind the creation of Jurassic World Evolution, were at one point strongly against the idea of mod support, yet it has been the only thing keeping the game alive in recent times. When Jurassic World Evolution was first released, one of the criticisms towards the game was that its campaign was too short. But luckily, players had access to a sandbox island that had unlimited money, a wider amount of space to work with, and seemingly no restrictions to what you could do to your parks, whereas in the campaign, certain aspects of the parks had to be a certain way if you wanted them to be successful. But in sandbox mode, the sky was the limit, or so people thought at first until they eventually got to a point where the game felt too repetitive or felt too limited in space and or resources. There needed to be a change in order to keep people playing the game. So Frontier Developments released dinosaur packs and DLCs in the span of a couple of years to keep players busy in the game. But like the game's main campaigns, these DLC's campaigns face the same issues of being too short and or too limited. Some enjoyed the challenge and even accepted the game for what it was, while others felt there could have been more to it. But instead of listening to the fan base, Frontier Developments would take long hiatuses in between releases of these DLCs that would go on for months. But they would always come back to
good to clarify this video is not bad, it's just the mods that are terrible.
Or to announce another DLC.
I'm gonna skip forward until we actually get to the mods.
I mean, look at them. The modders have given people some of the coolest selection of mods I have ever seen. You have so much to choose from. You have Walking with Dinosaurs, 2005 King Kong, Primeval, Godzilla, Primal. You have a fucking...
Let's just go back to that Godzilla.
2005 King Kong, Primeval, Godzilla...
Oh, go back to Primeval really quickly so you can see Predator X.
Where's 2005 King Kong, Primeval... Evil, Godzilla, Primal. You have a fucking Primal mod. That's fucking awesome. You also have a mod that gives you better terrain tools, one that gives you more resources like fallen trees, waterfalls, vegetation, and so much more. You also have a mod that gives you a Mosasaurus, one that gives you paleontologically accurate dinosaurs, ones that give you movie accurate dinosaurs, ones that give you Cenozoic creatures, one that gives you crazy looking hybrids, ones that have superhero skins? Okay, that's cool, I guess. They also have Among Us mods?
Among Us.
Mogul. As a chip. Wait a minute. Did my mic cut? Oh wait, no, you're just not talking. No. You need to keep playing from here. No. Go back. Go back.
What the hell is that?
Don't skip too far. Don't skip too far. You need to
Ones
see
that
this in
have
progression.
Superhero skins? Okay, that's
Amogus.
cool, I guess. They also have
Amogus.
mods? Okay,
It's
that's,
the
that's a
Amogus.
little weird.
Look at it
Aliens
run,
in
bud. Oh, it
Minecraft
should-
2? Okay, this is starting to get really fucking weird. What the fuck am I even looking at anymore? Unfortunately, as you're all well aware, this is the internet. And when it comes to the internet, where there's good, there is also cringe. And today, we are going to take a closer look at the weird side of Jurassic World Evolution mods. But before we get into that, I can't stress it enough that this video is not at all meant to spread any kind of hate towards anyone mentioned in this video. For those of you in the back that are too fucking stupid to understand what that means, it means don't be an asshole. This video is simply meant to document the strange side of this community and nothing else. And while I will be giving my own personal opinions on this topic, don't think that's an outlet for you to leave hateful comments on any of
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around.
Keep going with it.
the videos mentioned today. There is a difference between an opinion and actual hate.
Oh,
and if
Jesus.
you want to outlet for you to leave
I'm
hateful
playing that in
comments
slow
on any
mode.
of
We
the
must watch
videos
that
mentioned
again.
today, there is a
Lizette made me watch this like 5 times, and he's just sitting there laughing. His heart, it just isn't. He loses his voice. He's laughing so hard at it.
His people need him.
opinion and actual hate.
Again, there you go.
And if you want to express your opinion on this topic, that's perfectly fine, but please do it
Did you
in a
imagine
civil
getting killed by an
manner.
Among
Okay,
Us?
with that said, it's time to dive headfirst into the weirder side of not just Jurassic World Evolution mods, but also the
Deadpool
channels that
Rex.
fully dedicate their
Deadpool.
content to showcasing these mods, because they are just as interesting as the mods themselves. But before we talk about that, I feel we should go a bit more in depth on some of the strangest
fuck
mods
is that?
I've managed to run into. And there's a lot of them, so much that I am 100% sure I won't get to all of them in just one video. Seriously, there are times where I feel like these weird mods make up the majority of the overall mods that are made for this game.
Godzilla arc.
This looks like something I expect to see in a shit post. Like,
No, this
hang
is
on.
something you'd expect to see in arc.
You know, I know we must continue just for the memes. Watching this video.
In 144p.
So I feel like these weird mods make up the majority of the overall mods that are made for this game. The variety of what you could find on this side of the community is staggering. You have a Garfield mod that replaces a Brachiosaurus, you have a Monster Spinosaurus mod that gives you this repulsive version of the Spinosaurus, and you even have a goat mod that gives you human-goat hybrids? There are just so many of these mods that go way beyond the boundaries that stand between what is considered weird in a cool way and what is considered weird in the
Can we
want
go
to
any
kill this
lower?
thing because
No.
it's so unnatural and we need to put it out of its misery way. And we're going to take a look at a few of them today so you can get an idea of how weird this shit truly is.
Great shark dinosaur
In
skin.
terms of the stranger side of these mods, the first ones I was ever exposed to were the superhero ones, and while I didn't give it that much thought at first, I eventually realized how unusual it was. The idea of somehow combining dinosaurs with superheroes through a mod in a game that is intended to be a park building
Copyright strike.
simulator is a strange one. And there's a surprisingly wide variety of modded
Hulk.
superhero
There he
skins
is.
meant for the
Hulk.
dinosaurs that are showcased around this very platform. form. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America, Batman, Venom, Joker, and so on. At this point, a good portion of the
Venom
overall
really quick.
mod
You're gonna love
showcases that
Venom.
you can find here on YouTube are saturated with videos that cover just the
Or not.
superhero ones alone. And over time, these superhero mods have evolved from a simple change in the dinosaur's color scheme to fit better with the colors of the superhero they're modding it after, to a complete change in the dinosaur's mold, so that, along with the change in colors, the dinosaurs can also be fitted with things like Batman's ears, or Iron Man's mask,
What
or
the-
Venom's creepy ass face. And then of course these body modifications only get worse with things like the Hulk mod, which is literally just a buffed version of the Tyrannosaurus Rex or Indoraptor that's covered in the green Hulk color. Out of all of the superhero mods I've seen for these dinosaurs, this one has to be the most ridiculous one for me. I mean, just look at the fucking hair on this dinosaur's head. Now, as strange as this is, there are some that have decided to take it a step further and even
thinking
mod
about drinking
mods.
illegal
As I
substances.
mentioned earlier, there is a 2005 King Kong mod, and King Kong is obviously
There
one of
it
the
is.
mods you can add into your park. And for the most part,
Monkey.
it looks alright.
think I showed
a bit
you
clunky,
this.
since I'm assuming it replaces a tall sauropod within the game, but overall it looks nice.
Monkey.
But some people decided to apply the superhero mod within this mod and give us a Spider-Man King Kong hybrid. And Kong isn't the only one that's given this treatment. Now, for the majority of these superhero mods, they're really just made up of custom dinosaur skin colors with occasional body modifications here and there. And as weird as it may look to me, it's not nearly as bad as some of the other
Oh, freaking Mario.
things I found in terms of these strange mods.
Oh,
In
you had
fact,
to
if
mute
thought
so you don't get
superheroes felt
copyrighted.
completely out of place here, then you clearly haven't seen the Among Us mods.
Welcome
yet.
back.
I mean, of course there's Among Us mods. People just can't fucking help themselves but to incorporate Among Us everywhere.
How old's this video? 2021. Jesus fuck, I feel old.
I guess people were right that no matter how much you want to get away from
You're
it,
not alone.
Amog. Amog.
Oh no.
Among Us. What dinosaurs Godzilla? I don't know.
you never truly escape the grasp that is the Among Us effect. And these mods just look so strange in something like
Among
Jurassic World
Us.
Evolution. One mod just gives dinosaurs a solid color from the Among Us game, along with the glass helmet, but instead of the glass helmet going over the entire face, it just replaces the dinosaur's eyes and it makes their head look completely deformed. And it doesn't help that besides the change in color schemes, the dinosaurs' bodies are completely normal. Nothing about the mold is changed with the exception of their head. Although that's probably for the best, because it probably would have only looked more cursed if they decided to further modify it. Another mod does a better job with incorporating Among Us in the game, as instead of trying to work around the dinosaur's body to have Among Us features on it, in this particular one they just decided to completely replace the raptor skin with an Among Us character. But as good as it looks, the animations for the raptor are still present, and because of that, this particular mod just runs around and jumps on goats and telepathically rips its flesh apart before devouring it, even though the flesh is nowhere close to its mouth. And along with that, like a lot of these mods, the animation looks pretty clunky and unnatural. But aside from this, the most I have to say about this mod is the really funny running animation it has. It looks just so incredibly derpy, it's hilarious. Now, if
You
things
need
haven't
the
gotten
Among-
weird enough yet, here are some mods that add in fucking anime and superhero characters. No, not just a change in the color scheme, but completely modified to look
Oh yeah,
like the
welcome.
actual characters. And in case you couldn't tell, the dinosaur models in the game were structured in a way that gives them a very specific stance. And obviously, this stance is not upright.
Wait until you
like
see
a
Captain
regular human
America.
would stand. So how is this solved in the game with these mods that clearly have human characters replace the larger theropod dinosaurs? What the fuck am I looking at? This has to be one of the strangest mods I've ever seen. And no, I'm not just talking about in terms of Jurassic World Evolution. I mean all
Is that the humanity?
Yes.
Why is there someone walking in the background with their ass bent over?
mods in general. Never have I seen anyone feel the need to incorporate
Jumps, I
these
forgot about
different
that.
characters
Look at them go.
in mods meant for a dinosaur
Step
game.
bro,
And just
step.
looking at how
Ooh,
these
Iron
mods
Man.
interact with the in-game environment, it goes without saying that it looks completely unnatural. And anime characters and superheroes aren't the only things that make up this area of mods. There's also Shin Godzilla, the Monsterverse Kong, chimps, and a bunch of other shit that I can't even recognize.
Is
I
that
mean,
the
it's one if you're going to
humanity?
replace these dinosaur models with
Yes.
something that's actually creative and would actually look interesting in the same environment that's supposed to be a part of Jurassic World, but it's another if you're incorporating things like this. But I have a couple of theories as to why people might have decided to make this completely unnecessary and strange crossover. We'll get to that later, because
that's how you know it's bad when that's stuck in my head now.
I'm sorry to say that, at least for me, there's more mods out there that are much more strange, or at the very least, are just as strange as the mods you're seeing on screen now. But before we get into that, I do just want to note that seeing all of these mods interact with each other is a whole different definition to chaos that I feel like not even Ian Malcolm can explain. Seriously, it is so fucking crazy seeing all of these mods thrown into the same game, fighting and roaring at each other. But I guess Dr. Wu was right, nothing in Jurassic World is natural. And the most unnatural things that I have found are these creepypasta mods. I don't even really know what to call them, I don't think that's the right word for them, but they have an assortment of Slenderman and Siren Head mods that either completely replace the dinosaur models, like the other mods we just looked at, or has the model character literally hovering over them for some reason. In this particular one, the Tyrannosaurus has a completely blacked out body with a white head, indicating the colors of Slenderman. But for whatever reason, the person who made this decided to include the Slenderman character as well, that literally just stands on top of the T-Rex and does nothing else. The only times it moves are when it hovers, because like most of these mods, this one is really buggy and janky and simply does not work well at all. At least for the Siren Head mods, there's some out there that don't look completely shitty. One mod just simply puts a siren on a dinosaur's head, and that's literally it. The T-Rex makes the same sounds it always does, and the siren just kind of sits there on his head for aesthetic purposes, I guess. Given that anyone who uses this mod finds this aesthetic pleasing,
I think Calvin is in a state of shock right now because of how ugly these are.
But of course, the siren is glitchy on the dinosaur's head, and there are other mods that do a better job with not making it look so glitchy. Which is not saying much, because in the end, the final product still looks completely cursed and awful. But among these mods that are trying to incorporate the creepier things within the game, there is nothing more disturbing or stranger than the final boss of all Jurassic World Evolution mods, the Momo mod.
Well, here we go. I knew you were gonna lose it with this.
I simply have no words. I don't know.
No.
That Barnum Brown imagined. Yet for most of the 20th century, Tyrannosaurus Rex was seen as the savage, upright predator that Barnum Brown imagined. It wasn't
Calvin is just literally silent.
skeleton uncovered by fossil collector Barnum Brown was far from complete. But enough bones remained to cobble together a prehistoric nightmare.
The bear noise makes it so much funnier.
Right,
Calvin, didn't you love that?
I have no clue. I have no...
How big is your watch later?
I have no words to say about anything anymore.
We did it, people. You got to see Jurassic World Evolution at its prime. So, Calvin, what should we do now? There's the stream again. Nano Tyrannus. So how many videos did we actually watch that we planned to do?
I think we watched like 3.
How many did we plan on watching?
I don't know. I think we just said plan to watch something.
Yep. That's certain. Single Siren Head, it exists. Oppenheimer and Godzilla is what I saw. Godzilla, there's actually Mecha Godzilla? Was that a yawn or you screaming?
Yawn.
Ah.
What's going on here?
Uh-oh. Gouge Center.
Gouge Scent.
Wait, 5 T-Rex killers? What is that?
I think I watched that, and I believe it was Triceratops, Utahraptor, Ankylosaurus, Dinosuchus, and then Alamosaurus.
Did I hear you say Utahraptor?
Yes, their argument, juvenile.
And... hang on. Did he say... what crocodile did you say?
Dinosuchus. No, I think he said actually Purosaurus. Purosaurus. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Why the frick Purosaurus is from the Cenozoic?
His source of reasoning,
Big crocodile. Oppenheimer... hang on. Oppenheimer... I can't read that. Oh, these guys. Creepypasta, NES, Godzilla. Oh. Calvin, you want to know another... here, I'm going to send you another beautiful video for you to react to. No, it's not Jurassic World Evolution.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go.
Watch something.
Bathroom.
Yeah.
What?
I said no. Put a bucket under your chair. We're continuing... I'm just kidding.
This is not an Amazon warehouse where Bezos mandates piss bottles.
Oh, ew.
You shall pee into the bottle. That way Bezos can drink it later.
Yeah, let me go.
I'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back.
All right, I gotta do my testament at this point. I must reveal something about TTF if I'm on a stream. What was it last time? Caves or something? So hit me with a question. What is it now? Since Calvin has to use the bathroom. Alice, you're leaving? Stream ain't over yet. He's just using the restroom. I think, yeah, Zach, I think you asked about caves last time. What's my favorite dinosaur? Ooh. It's a harder one, but... honestly, it's so hard. It's so freaking hard. Honestly, I'd also probably have to go with, like, Ceratosaurus. Maybe, yeah, probably like Cerato. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Carnonacro. Ew, I remember that video. Didn't even Calvin make a short on that with like the Red Dead clip? Just Arthur shooting the lady. Zach, you only got a second here. Calvin's almost back. Or he will be, at least. Better ask that question quickly. What is a theorizer's theory? What? No, I don't believe the Earth is flat. Dang, I'm surprised. Zach didn't ask a single question on TTF so far. I'm shocked. Creepypasta Godzilla NES. Oh no. Why are you telling me this? Is it that bad? Oh. I'm stuck with that like every single time. It's like the Godzilla versus the Ion Dragon, or I like to call it the Void Bat. Doing a TTF Q&A? No, I have to do what I do every single time. You guys will get one good TTF question out of me. It happens every single time that there's a stream done by either me or Calvin. Let's see, what do I think of power scaling? It can be really cool, but it can be really stupid sometimes, especially when done on dinosaurs. You know, badly. Is Dryosaurus going to be in TTF? There are no plans on Dryosaurus. So currently, no. Creepiness. Honestly, for power scaling, it's a very pretentious subject. Arguably I could do without it rather than with it, considering how much bad power scale. Oh, that's why we must react to block cute. Calvin, do I hear you?
Oh, you said something.
Yes.
Block cute.
Here we go. Wait, what was his avatar?
Anime woman.
Used to be freaking Ghidorah. What happened?
T-Rex fanboys are funny, not gonna
downfall.
lie.
No, not actual long form content. Do his shorts, because he's known for the power scaling videos. They're awful.
Who
They're
has
so
ever
cute.
said T-Rex is 30 meters?
What?
I love how this is the same guy who made the false claim that Spinosaurus was proven by scientists to be able to one-shot anything with its claws.
Oh yeah, this guy. Hang on, go to his shorts. You have to scroll down a little bit. Now, I don't know if he's posted anything recently on Tyrannosaurus, but I'd be interested at least. I see Godzilla and a lot of anime. Oh lord, he's a geek.
Terry versus Acro.
Yeah, and short-faced bears. I can speak English, I swear. And 10 meters tall.
Is it possible to change the video quality on the YouTube shorts?
No.
Well, might help. Hang on, I'll go back to one of the other videos. Because remember, I dropped it down.
I was about to say, just go 1080. Power scaling is not a science. People can literally scale characters that are beyond science. Oh god, no. Oh yeah. That Superman is boundless, but I'm not sure how true those claims are. No, of course he's not boundless.
Alright, so what is
A
it
little
gonna
thingy
be?
called Kryptonauto exists. Also, these edits are way too quick.
These are doing my
I've
head
never
in.
watched this show, so I don't know. It's giving me like motion sickness. I can't watch his newer ones.
What even is half this junk?
Scroll down until you see actual. It's just. Oh Jesus, he's an. Ew, geek. Like you got nerds like us, and then you've got just a freaking soy boy geek obsessed with anime. Ugh.
Oh, I know something we should show the audience. That
Wait! I see accurate dinosaurs there. I see actual dinosaurs there.
T-Rex versus African sauropod.
I think that's supposed to be Nigersaurus.
I know. These are way too fast. I can't make anything out.
I don't even know what is happening. Go to the older ones. Go to the older ones with freaking Spinosaurus. You'll find them, I swear. There. Tyrannosaurus versus Spinosaurus. Uh-oh. What? What? This isn't biased at all. Considering just about every single one of these would go to Tyrannosaurus realistically.
Oop. Oh no, I went off the video. What was this moron said on other things?
Wait, did he just say he's quitting? Scroll up.
Oh well, he's quitting. Oh my god, so
That was
sad.
sudden. For false advertising.
Now rate your edits. What the fuck?
What is this?
I don't even know half of this bullshit. So anyway,
Tooth. You're welcome. I cut you off again.
I was just gonna say, I know
Meat
something.
Canyon. Ooh, I saw that. I saw that.
What?
Meat Canyon. We must react to Meat Canyon Blues Clues. Dead silence. What, do you not like Meat Canyon's video on Blues Clues? Oh, Clint's Reptiles. I've heard of this guy before. I don't know how reliable he is, but he might be reliable.
Zoologist. Yes, what's
So you were
the
gonna
what?
say something earlier before I brought up Meat Canyon. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Okay then. How to chimp?
How to
Your
chimp.
life is a chimp. Goodbye, Matt Pat.
If the Spinosaurus can beat the largest Spino species, then a T-Rex low diffs all Spino species.
Literally, or negative difference. Could modern mammals survive in the Mesozoic? More than likely not. Oh my gosh, there it is. The recap of How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, the...
Scotland forever!
I wonder
Has
what's-
Red Raptor Rights rated Prehistoric Planet Season 2 yet?
I don't think so.
Oh. Been quite a few months. You need to get to it.
I think he said he's working on a Dromaeosaurid pack hunting video.
Ah. Interesting. Crustacean tier list.
Here we go. Here's.
What's this? Here's, oh.
Ugh. Neck.
Neck.
What even is this? I'm guessing this is meant to be Curryphosaurus.
Centaurosaurus. Oh. GTA. Oh. Ugh.
I'm just leaving this on stream. All of you can gaze in glory at this thing's
Sauropod.
Why does that thing look like it? Why does that thing look like it's about Why does that thing look like it's about to beat you up because it owes you money? Or because you owe it money?
Spider-Man lizard.
Ah,
There it
this
is.
thing.
There it is. And there it is.
I actually know the book this is
Parasaurolophus.
from.
Lizette has that book, by the way. He threw it at me when I was visiting him.
What?
What's it?
David Peters. That's what we should
Peters
do.
is...
So, see what we can find on
don't
David
you dare!
Peters.
Don't you dare! David Peters is a whole other creature.
You know what? No,
Oh.
we're googling him.
Oh my gosh. Simba the King Lion.
David Peters.
I hate David Peters so much.
Let's see
I
what
hate him
stupidity.
so much.
What even is that? What's that
I've seen
even
that one
mean?
before. Look at the one below in the bottom left. Look at the one on the left. The one with like standing there. Look on the left. Left.
I'm too busy gazing at all this
That
stupidity.
one. There you go. There you go.
Is that a rat's tail?
Yes, it is.
Looked like it got hit with a cartoon hammer. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh god, he has a Wikipedia page.
Oh no. Yeah, paleo artist. No, paleo artist.
Ugh. What is...
Ugh. Oh.
What even are these things? What the
I guess it's
Oh.
laying down. It doesn't look super cursed.
Oh, here's a photo of
He
him.
probably went to Epstein Island.
He honestly looks like he would have been to Epstein Island. I'm not gonna lie.
The fact that made you wheeze just says a lot.
I reckon this one's a Photoshop job someone
About-
made.
Yeah, well, you could go back at it. You can literally see the parts they blurred the legs out with.
Yep.
Grab brush, go. Weep.
Yeah, for a while he was a pretty good paleo artist, but then I got a little David Peters in my Spinosaurus skeletal. Oh, David Peters memes. Let's see what David Peters be like. Discovering something that doesn't even exist. Is this a pteranodon? Please kill me. David Peters, I have discovered that all the scientists are completely wrong and that pterosaurs are in fact lepidosaurs and
the lie detector determined
something-
a lie.
nautiluses
David
are...
Nee.
I'm trying to read. Are troglodytes and that whale sharks are something and that Photoshop is the most reliable way to analyze a fossil, and also I did mention that I am the Galileo of my time. There are a nation other respected researchers. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I will not let you read. I will interrupt you. You
Right.
call the...
What the fuck?
What is the bottom left one with the Sonic?
David Peters needs to stop taking illegal substances. Yes. Yes, he does.
He's on something.
Hang on, he's got a know your meme page.
Make Lizette lose his mind. Please do not send him that. Please do
sending him
not
that
send him
later.
that.
You know, I am bookmarking this, and I shall send him that later.
Don't you dare. Oh, how fit you are.
A lot
That
more
big
fit than his
belly island.
reconstructions. That was meant to be
Please go back to that.
don't-
Please go
hang
back
on.
to that Tapajara.
I'm trying to read. Look great on the new Prehistoric Planet trailer. As usual, nobody bothered to look at the grass or skeleton for the giant pterosaurs. They got more of a free-hand, traditional and outdated look. Evidently, the producers wanted this giant to fly, not realizing it became a giant only after becoming flightless, as in so many giant but first flightless birds. The more interesting story could have been how they managed to live while flightless. I think it's pretty safe to say this thing flew, you moron.
It has.
I am sending that to Lizat right now.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! That's going to be my entire week. Is him just sending me this. Also, why would they have these full-on wings? Like, I get ostriches have wings, but they're for different reasons. Well, literally, these are flight wings. Why would they have these?
I just sent him that. You're welcome.
I hate you.
Extreme diligence, strong graphical presentation, eye for detail, things that aren't actually there. ReptileEvolution.com.
There are no dinos in there. I can see why everybody hates this person, including me. He's even more insane than Jack Horner somehow. And Jack Horner's a pedophile.
Photoshop. That's actually how he makes his that's how he claims to have found things previously unidentified. He just puts random layers in Photoshop. Actual footage of David Peters trying to wrangle pterosaurs into his invented cladogram. All these new Pokemon.
Oh, Jesus. It's Aerodactylus.
Ugh.
You don't know about vertebrate with saying that you don't know about paranormal pieces.
Give me that right now.
That is amazing. Dust just said a bad word. Uh-oh. Isn't Jack Horner the guy who threatened to shoot a puppy? He's the... Wait, what? When did he do that? No, he's the one who married his 19-year-old student and called T-Rex a scavenger.
Ugh.
That's why Lizette has a special nickname for him. Jack Horny.
Gecko, look at this. I'm sending that to Lizette.
Don't shoot, sir! Don't shoot, sir! That is so ugly. It's just an alien. It's a... Oh!
What even are these?
That is arguably the most appetizing one to the eyes compared to the other ones. That's David Peters visiting terrace.
That's what happens when playing ranked battles in Fortnite.
No. Playing freaking realistic in War Thunder. Just sit there pressing every key on your keyboard, only to get instantly killed by a missile.
Oh yeah, I actually found this article. Peters now thinks Homotherium is a saber-toothed dog. Does anything else need to be said about this guy? Oh, actually, I know one thing.
I think I have something about David Peters that I know about that I don't think you do.
Wait, he's on...
Yes, he's on Twitter. Surprisingly, he's not banned yet.
Is this the guy? No, that ain't him.
That is not the right one. There he is. What the hell are you doing? Oh, it wasn't him.
What the hell?
Pretty crazy.
Pre-crazy?
You can go over really quickly. I think he's referring to that. Because, oh, that one actually looks really nice. That one in the top right.
Hmm.
I liked that. Very bird-like.
What? Links. Oh yeah, you want to see a absolute abortion of an image? Why can't you just put the names where they are cited instead? This reminds me of those Wi-Fi passwords on the back of the router memes.
Oh, gee. It looks like an amnigram.
I love your reactions just straight away. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, as soon as I saw this, I was like, what the hell is this? Where is the tetrapod zoology article? Now here's one thing I want to show you of his claims. If we just scroll down a bit, a screen grab from an article.
Sorry, I'm back. My microphone fell off my desk.
At the Peters' blog, Pterosaur Heresies, which he claimed to find new bones in the skull of the domestic chicken. Yes, the domestic chicken, one of the best understood and most studied animals.
Hang on, I think it's right. I'm looking for it here. Where is it?
There is no limit to this dude's lunacy.
And I'm looking for it here. I remember seeing a very specific piece of art from this man. Hang on, I'm looking for it somewhere. Where is it?
Can we start acting like adults in this live stream, please, and be nice and supplies? No, we will not.
That's impossible.
I mean, well, like I said, dude, loony. Honestly, I want to do
I'm looking for it.
Honestly, I want to do a video on Peters of just like, how did he get here?
There you go. Found it.
Up.
This is how I found out about him, by the way.
Question, do
Send
you
a
believe
message,
in...
Discord.
What?
There.
Okay, let's see what Degeneracy Gecko sent me.
That's David Peters.
Is that Spinosaurus? So anyway, question, do you
Yep.
believe in any cryptids? Yes, Queensland tiger and alien big cats of Australia. So what does he list off as the weight here? 15,000 pounds, 14,000 pounds.
Oh, there it is. That's the other one I found of him. He literally like modeled out of clay his own pterosaur. Let me send you this.
Guess what?
Oh no, never mind. This is his Archaeopteryx.
Oh no, this is gonna look horrifying, won't it? I'm just gonna put this on the screen for everyone to see.
Do you want to know the description of it? It's called Archaeopteryx in the nude.
This thing looks like a plucked chicken. So anyway, Lola Sewell, what do you want to say? Honestly, what the fuck is this thing?
Archaeopteryx in the nude.
This looks like a cross between a dromaeosaurid and a chicken.
Here's another thing from him and his pterosaurs. This beauty.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna find another one here for you.
What is that? Should be plantigrade. These are old models. Plantigrade. Had he decide that?
I don't know.
Paleo art. Let's see what we can find from searching up cursed paleo art. What? This looks like something you'd find in some Hollywood basement. Yeah. Cursed. Look how straight that back is. Oh, showing up on screen. I am here to cause anarchy. I did a science. Better than the designs from 65, I agree.
And that is terrifying.
Okay, this has got to be AI or something.
Oh, there it is. I've sent you that before.
What is that? Oh, here's a good one for everyone to see about David Peters.
Here, enjoy. You're
Phylogenetic
welcome.
bracketing indicates the Nautilus Siphuncle is a remnant
Siphuncle.
notochord. I can't fucking pronounce it.
Notochord.
I don't know a thing about mollusk and vertebrate anatomy, but I still think cephalopods and chordites are the same animal.
Chordates. Or chordates, or something like that. Chore. You are definitely an Aussie, aren't you?
Yes. Actually, hang on. That
Oh my
stuff
lord,
with
you
the
have
weird-
so many bookmarks. You have so many bookmarks. They're in folders.
Yeah, actually, hang on. Let's go through the bookmarks. Go bookmark manager. Let's just
Wait,
see.
what version is your Google? How out of date is this?
I don't fucking know. Anyway, 227, 114, 131, 73, 96, 18, 140, nearly 200.
This man must be stopped.
So anyway, let me see if I can find the book. Because you have no clue what sort of bullshit I find.
I'm just waiting for the Stegosaurus sex book to pop up.
I sadly haven't found it yet. So anyway, look at the neck on this dude.
Height.
I love how vertical it is.
Is that Shunosaurus?
I think it's meant to be.
To tell, it is a turtle with a pipe for a neck, the body of a theropod, the tail of, I don't even know, a rat with a little ball on the end of it looking like it's deformed, and the legs of an elephant.
You know what, let's borrow this book for an hour and let's see what stupidity we can find. A pipe for a neck. That is an amazing comment. A pipe for a
Wait, what
neck.
did they say?
Right. Ugh. What is that? What is that? Hang on. What does it say? Zooming in a little.
Graphasuchus or something? Oh, Gracilosuchus.
Gracilosuchus. Then we have Lexus. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is
I'd
that?
never even heard of that thing before.
Okay, these look normal.
It's got the nostrils on like the top of the head.
What's that Dilophosaurus?
What you doing there, buddy boy?
That Tyrannosaurus looks stolen from Jurassic Park. Trilobite.
Where's the Anomalocaris?
Oh, there's
Dunk.
the dunk.
Dunk. Ew, it looks awful.
See
Is
the
that
king-
that's coelacanth? Orthopl...
Ew.
There, no, that's a Riptorid, sorry.
For a second I thought that was Anomalocaris, but no, like you
not.
said, Eurypterid. Oh, there's Moss.
Mossy boy. Oh,
Scutosaurus.
Scudo! What did they do to you? What did they do to you? Oh,
Look at the Metrodon. I like turtles. Yes.
That's Platy.
What to say? You got games on your phone? Dimetrodon. Waiting for the next page to load so we can see the degeneracy on the next. Unless internet.
I have a new name for that. Iguana. Oh, Jesus. Why is the one on the left so much uglier? Oh, wait a minute. That's in the that looks straight out of the National History Museum in Colorado.
Interesting.
I don't think it is though.
Diplocolus.
What the Diplocolus, my boy, they did you so dirty. Look how they tarnished him.
Those might
Look how they
actually be worse than
massacred
the
my
ones
boy.
from 65.
Oh my lord, I didn't realize how ugly the one on the left is. I did not realize how ugly the one on the left is.
What is that thing?
Hang on, let me get a side-by-side reference for you. Hang on. Let me get a side-by-side reference for you. Here. Enjoy. That's there you go. There's your side-by-side comparison.
Oh, the lizard man from...
Hang on. I got one more. There we go.
Oh, Jesus. Waiting for next message.
It's the alien from Signs.
I don't think I've seen that movie yet.
You haven't? It's a decent movie. It was like my first introduction to a horror movie.
That thing looks hideous. Alright, let's...
Yeah, it is absolutely hideous.
What's that?
Erythrosuchus.
Erythrosuchus. Honodus.
Notice my boy, what have they done to you?
That chubby boy! That chubby boy!
Why? Oh! Can't tell which one's worse. Oh my lord. Okay.
Mosasaurus.
Mosasaurus.
Novasaurus.
Nothosaurus. Oh, Jesus. Saltopus.
Why does Tyrannosaurus look like it's 9 months pregnant?
No. It's pregnant with 8,000 children.
Neck.
No, I know that it's string cheese.
And then there's Postosuchus.
Postosuchus looks like Rugops. Silophysis. Oh my lord. Why does the left look like it's from the early 1900s and the one on the right looks like it's from the 1980s? Wait a minute, this book. I've rented this book before.
Herrerasaurus. Oh,
Herrerasaurus. They did a number on that. Okay, that's decent. It's not great.
Good old Lystra boy.
What the There's Matasuchus. Up. Ugh. Oh, Amosaurus. Oh my lord.
Scelidosaurus.
Ugh.
Then there's Dilo that looks like it's got got games on your phone.
The neck, it looks like an Arthroplura.
Cryolophosaurus.
Ionosaurus, Retosaurus, Gasosaurus. Oh no.
There's the pipe neck again.
Pipe neck and no neck. Proceratosaurus.
It's like Ceratosaurus.
It's just Ceratus. I'm gonna call it Cerat now. Hyungosaurus.
Dimorphodon.
No. Megalosaurus. Burnt pizza. Shunosaurus.
Why does this Shaunosaurus look like it's about to ask you if you've been
The
doing
one on the
sus
left is
things?
Nessie, and the one on the right is literally just saying, "Are you gay?"
You gay.
Cetisaurus. Hang on, what's chat saying right now? I'm curious. What is Chapman saying?
We have like
they've-
one viewer left.
Oh yeah, everybody's left. Lioplorodon.
Dicryosaurus,
Looks
okay,
like
that
an
one looks
ichthyosaur.
normal.
Why does Dijongosaurus have like no plates? It has like little nubs coming off its back.
There's the Diplodocus. Dracopelta.
That's not Diplodocus. That is not.
Hap.
Oh, that's the
Ugh.
Dracopelta.
Ophnelia looks,
Oh wait, I'm watching the stream. That's why I'm not seeing it in real time.
special. Did I stop sharing screen?
No. I was accidentally watching the stream, the like actual stream on there. Actual stream. Even the Yangchangosaurus looks awful.
Ugh.
Yeah. Archaeopteryx. Chicken. With a long nose. What is going on with that nose?
The accuracy of these depictions is gonna drive me insane. I agree, Alice, I agree.
Compy.
Allo. Just gonna turn the stream down a bit.
I lost 5 IQ looking at that Allosaurus.
Brack.
Jeez.
There's Serrato. Why someone on the left looks like it wants to groom children?
One on the right is just that. Oh, the page is like cut in the middle as well. It's horrible. Kentrosaurus.
Seismo.
No, that's an "Are you gay" face. Stegosaurus.
It has a single row.
Ooh, leaves. It's got freaking leaves.
Ophthalmosaurus.
Oh. Cryo. Okay.
We're not even-
Okay.
We're not even halfway through this book.
No neck again.
Levitating.
Kangaroo.
Metabarosaurus.
That's sauropod, man. Ooh. What is that on the right?
Polacanthus.
No, Silvosaurus. That is ugly.
I love how we're not even a third of. Well, we're not even halfway through this book, and we've already been so horrified.
Tedontosaurus.
We should just do more videos like this. Where we...
Sauropelta. The bottom right.
Another levitating dino.
Where's the Moxies?
Chronosaurus.
Hypsiloph. Oh my lord. You stole my cookies.
Ugh.
Orano
Which one's
and
worse?
Satako. They're both so ugly.
Why do most of these look like they were never drawn with any reference?
No, these are drawn completely off memory.
Hang on, what does that say? The weight is?
Or these didn't even have a reference, because there was no reference at the time. These have to be so old. Excuse me?
I thought it said 230 kilos, but no, it's 2.3 tons.
Okay, so we're somewhat there. Just not all the way. I'm scared as to what's next.
A loading page. Ugh.
I was right to be scared. Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom left. Go back to that. Look at the bottom left.
What even are these?
Oh, like
I love how like every 2 pages you're going, ugh. What even is that, iguanodon?
Ooh. Hang on, pause it right there. I remember even my own father, literally, I almost felt bad for the paleontologist because I feel like he didn't know how much it costs to replace art in a museum. He was like laughing about the Utah Raptor art that they had. Let me pull it up for you.
Well, I guess we keep going. Ugh.
Hold up.
Oh, here's
what's it called?
Argentinosaurus. When was this book published? 2017?
Hang on. I need to...
I refuse to believe this was published in 2017.
I think I actually have a screenshot of it, but
Oh,
I'll have to scroll
you should
back
see the
in time
cockroach.
to find it.
Gecko,
Let
look
me
at the crocodile source.
Christ almighty.
Oh Lord Jesus Christ. Spinosaurus moment.
The one on the right has the head of a bloody, freaking elasmosaur.
Abelisaurus. Alamosaurus. Why does it look like Diplodocus?
No, better question. Why is it Electrosaurus?
Why does Albertosaurus have 2 fingers like it's T-Rex?
No. Wait, Albertosaurus had more than 2 fingers?
Oh, I was thinking Abelisaurus. What the hell? Alioramus. Ugh.
That is a really ugly Alioramus.
Are we gonna ignore the
What is the one on the
Alvarezsaurus? How long is that tail?
No, that is a toothpick.
An Addotitan. It's Edmontosaurus, you morons.
Oh my...
What?
It's an alien. It is a frog alien.
Let's just keep scrolling. We're nearly halfway. Oh no, wait, we are halfway, aren't we? Yeah.
Ah, the epaulets. They drive me nuts on Triceratops. Oh, Avaceratops. Oh, Avaceratops. Oh, Avaceratops.
You know, all the moments where you've just gone like, oh my god. I feel like we could make this a compilation. I should film this part of the
Oh,
stream.
we really could. Yeah, you should just turn this into a video. Centro. Oh, Centro. Casmo. Ew.
Centrosaurus, what the hell?
Rhino.
Casmo, look at that frill.
Oh, chicken. Triceratops.
Triceratops.
Triceratops. No, that's whatever that is. The tail. It's like the hippo. Dromaeosaur. Oh, turkey. Edmontosaurus.
Elasmo.
Looks like it's oh.
Hey, at least they gave it a tail
Tube.
fin of sorts.
Wow, you're actually giving this thing credit.
The opposite why does its
That's
club look like a pair of
Oh my
balls?
lord, that's Orlichosaurus. Oh, that's Orlichosaurus. Oh, that's Orlichosaurus. Oh. Homocephaly.
How? What's the time over there in America?
It's like what? Yeah, it's 12:41, almost 1 a.m.
I don't think you're gonna be able to sleep
Four
after
legs.
seeing all
Could you
these.
imagine it's T-Rex with 4 legs, like in Simba the King Lion? Leptoceratops.
Majungasaurus at
Human
least
hand.
looks somewhat normal.
What does?
Majung.
I didn't see it.
There.
Oh, I'm on the stream again. Why am I on the stream again? Give me Discord. Thank you. Yeah, somewhat.
What is that?
And we're back.
Nanotyrannosaurus. Jesus Christ.
What is that?
What?
Nanschwingosaurus. I've never seen that before.
You'd probably find it's now dubious or something.
Triassic.
What even are these dinosaurs? I just noticed with...
Oh, Pachyrhinosaurus. Oh my G, Lord Jesus, Mary, Mother Jesus Christ. Pentaceratops. That it literally doesn't have a neck. It's just fat.
Fat boy. You know,
Saurolophus.
it scares me this came out in 2017.
You're joking.
Shantung.
You're joking. Stegosaurus.
Did you not hear me earlier? Like, look here, 2017.
I did not hear that, and I have lost faith in humanity.
Stroof.
Sneaky Moloch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It looks
Very-
like a penguin. It's like the...
Titanosaurus.
Thesalosaurus. Oh, jeez, I didn't even look at that. That's Centaurosaurus. That is Centaurosaurus. That's the worst one. That is the worst one. Centaurosaurus. Ankylosaurus. Notosaurus.
Do you know what I reckon this is, right? I reckon must have been in book from... This must have been a book from like the 1990s or something, or 80s, and they've republished it in 2017.
100%. Even 1980s for that matter, right? I don't even know.
What's
They're
that
so
pose?
awful. They gave it mega leg. Oh,
What's
Dino
that Dinosuchus?
looks like a horseshoe crab. And the fact that it looks like a tuna.
Over 1940s. Jesus Christ. Didn't we already have Euoplocephalus earlier?
1940s, yeah, this is authored by Hitler. Esperanus.
Oh, that plesiosaur. No, that's a "Are you gay" face. Mosasaur. It's just Mosasaur, not even Mosasaurus.
And then there's Parasaurolophus. Oh, Saltosaurus. Quetzalcoatlus. Ooh.
Here's the
Come back
Tyrannosaurus.
right now. Look at the Quetzal. Look at the Look at the bottom left. Look at the bottom left right now. It's got like a wing.
Question from Alice. Do you consider yourselves friends? I think at this point we might as well. That T-Rex
We've
is ripped
bonded
straight
over
from
looking at the most
Jurassic Park.
cursed images we've seen in our entire lives.
The Carno. What even are these?
I have seen that. Wait, this is Dinokairos? Wait, that was Dinokairos? Go back. That was Dinokairos?
That's one big flying turkey. Oh, Jesus Christ. What even are these?
You don't even think about that. Oh. I can't know which one's worse, the bottom left or the top right.
Pack.
Oh, that is the most kill yourself face I've ever seen.
What is that?
You know, I said no neck earlier. This is a slug.
Tell me a dinosaur who beats Carnotaurus
Now,
without being too
the
unfair.
worst part about this, bottom left
Rudolph.
or top right? What are we feeling, chat? Which one is the worst?
The hillbilly. This thing looks like it belongs in the deep south. What's that, Pteranodon?
No, it looks like it's from the 1840s. Pelican
I
Pteranodon.
believe I can fly. Jumps to his death.
Oh,
I love how there's now a
Top
debate in the
right.
comments of
Top-
1940s
top right.
and 1930s.
top right.
Ugh. That looks like the V-Rex from King Kong.
Yeah, it does.
Trudon jump scare. I just imagine Lizat is gonna watch through this.
Oh, he's gonna have a whole new arsenal of cursed images to send us.
Oh, that's the JP3 Raptor.
Jurassic Park 3. Wait, mammals are in this? You're joking.
No specific date to this book. It's traveling through time. Oh, that's
Starak.
Tyrannosaurus.
Starak.
Gastornis.
That's Gastornis. Ew. I guess so short.
What even are most of these bloody things? And the thing is, this is just the artwork. What do you think? Oh Jesus! Carcrocles. So that's Megalodon.
Carcaroles.
Look at the Megalodon. Look at the Megalodon.
Wait, Carcaroles? That's supposed to be Carcaroles Megadon?
Yeah. Look at it. Look at it.
Wanna touch my teeth?
Oh, for lack of smilers.
Wait a minute, this goes up to modern day. Ooh.
Andrew Sarkis.
Oh, Andrew Sarkis. Basilo.
Brontotherium.
Bronto. Ew, top right is disgusting. Hold up, go back to that one. Did it have like shaved tips? Whoa.
I think that's meant to be like hot air.
Yeah, I know. The tops of them are shaved.
Mammalodon. What the fuck?
Arsinotherium. Oh, ew. Oh.
What even are most of these?
Welcome to mammals. Wait, hang on. Go back. Go back right now. Go back right now. Did I see Daedon?
Daedon. Ugh.
Even modern Daedon is cursed. That is a whole new level.
I love the comment from Zach. I hope this person who
What does
made
Zach
this
say?
book is in an insane asylum.
Not to the asylum to let you out.
Argentavis.
It is straight up just Vulch. Morpus.
Borophagus. I think we've ran out of the curse. Oh no, Deodocarus.
No, we haven't. Doedicarus.
Smilodon moment. Oh.
Oh.
Hang on, what does that say? The weight is
Oh.
400 kilos. I thought it said 800 for some reason. But are we gonna ignore
I
this
said
thing?
800 pounds. No. I know just what that is. You slept. Mammoth.
Homotherium looks like some weird leopard lion hybrid.
No. You know what that is?
Dipront.
Never mind. Thought's gone. That has ruined my appetite. How can they not even get deer right?
And then we've ran out of the cursed stuff.
No.
You know what?
No.
Hang on, let's go back.
No, we haven't ran out. We had too much of it to begin with.
Let's see, what does it say to public 2017? This edition first published in 2017.
Wait, this is actually a 2017 book.
Joke question, do you find dinosaurs attractive? Oh Jesus.
Zoophile on Twitter.
So, that happened. What would you say was your favorite out of all those cursed designs we saw in that book?
Oh, it is by far Centaurosaurus.
For me, I think my favorite is the pipe neck.
Oh, pipe.
The pipe.
I just want you to Google Centaurosaurus really quickly, just so you can get a nice side-by-side comparison here. It literally was in there, and you spelled it horribly.
How'd they get
That's a
something that looks
good-looking
like a
one.
carnivore out of this?
So click on the one. You see the one like the third option? That one looks nice. Now I want you to go back to it in the book. Check the. Oh, you can just search inside first. What? Pretty sure it's 2 S's, isn't it? No, it's not. It's.
How?
Turtle. Tutel. Solo need to say. Tutel. Check Jurassic System. Can you watch all of Enter's Wow Factor? It's worth watching on stream. Uh-oh.
I think I'm gonna head off now because I'm starting to get a little tired. But,
You're getting tired? Did you just say you're getting tired?
yeah.
It is 1 bloody a.m. for me, and you're talking about getting tired? I'm sitting here, sleep deprived out of my mind, looking at cursed dinosaur images with an Aussie.
Welcome to the internet.
Back to that question if we're friends earlier. If we're not, then what the hell would we be at this point?
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I think we'll just end the stream.
Wayback Machine.
We'll end the stream here. Thanks everyone for tuning in, I guess. See you next time I either upload a video or live stream.
It's fine. You're in Australia at 6:55. I'm a late night machine. I stay up at usually until like 2 a.m. in the morning, freaking deving in TCF. It's wonderful. This game totally doesn't take up my entire life.
Anyway, see you all, ladies and gentlemen. Bye. You want to say bye,
That was a
Gecko?
sudden ending. Oh, goodbye, hatchlings. Now, eat the naked.
Yes, eat. Bye.